It's not on. Oh, it is now. You're turning the heat up a little bit, so it's a tad chilly. The weather changing. Y'all like, yeah, gotta be ready for it. Kind of keep it down just a tad notchy, T-notchy. Keep everybody rolling. People coming on in, they getting used to it. Isn't that right? 7 o'clock. I had to go and start moving in. They wants to stay and wait to 8 o'clock. It'll be almost midnight. We be in, get the word when they come in and come on and get home and get some rest. Because I show you, like a movie said, I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. Boy, you tell him in a minute, more, you need to go on in that room and go to sleep. He said, I'm going to go to sleep right here. Said, no, you're not. Go your behind there and go to bed. Boy used to call her, boy. She was like, she tired and he used to go on nowhere, go to sleep right here. Everybody alive?
Yes, sir.
All right. No, I told you from one night to another, someone be here. Some folks ain't make it back. So I got the COVID lining back. But y'all can't get, some folks can't get a week. Well, it ain't even a week. Wednesday night, the Shabbat. What's that? 3 days. 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 days. Well, that day gets you quick, boy. That time to live right, too much going on. I told y'all where we at now, the world will never be the same. I did see the news today where Kyrie Irving made an apology, sort of written apology to all the Jews he hurt and all the people he offended and guess whose lives he messed up or whatever, affected. He wanted to sincerely apologize. I sent him an Instagram recording. No, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I have criticism on one. I didn't criticize him on it. My whole thing was about I apologized on our behalf at the so-called Negro. The fact we left him out there, him and Kanye West, we left him out there. It's not about I don't like Kyrie. I don't like his style of basketball. I don't like what's his other one? Conway. I have to say 20 again. Kanye, yay, yeah. Yay, I don't like him cause whatever, I don't like his music, well, but they right to free speech still exists. And the fact that these guys spoke out about issues, they didn't just speak out about the people, they spoke out about how those people affect our living. From entertainers to basketball players to actors, on every end. Businesses, they control us. They got the paperwork, they got the voice. We don't have one. It's sad that you can't speak out against something that's true without you have to stand up and you have to apologize to them and how many people you hurt. Nobody ever apologized for the people they hurt during the slave trade. I mean, did your people, did your race of people, is your colony of people own the slave ships? Yes or no? If they own it, I don't owe you no apology. That's dumb. Why? You need to apologize to the people who rode those ships unwillingly. The fact that we're in the midst of, you need to apologize because you hurt people by saying they own slave ship. Did they own the slave ship? Yes. Then there's no apology on our behalf. And it's sad. These entertainers, that's what made me upset with them. That made me not want to support them, watch them. Why you leave your fellow Conrad out here when they're telling the truth? You guys don't have a voice. You know what's amazing? One of the entertainers can make a video, cause F you, F your whole family. Nobody's gonna stop watching them. Nobody's gonna say, we can talk about it. They can cuss each other out, F you, shoot at each other, and still not be banned and lose their endorsement. But yet, if you say something about the wrong group, quorum of white people, and then the thing about it, it'd be different if you were lying on them. It was fictitious. It is the fact that this is evident, that it is known worldwide, and yet you will have to apologize to them. You will have to beg their forgiveness, take a suspension, lose every dime you got. Why hadn't we stood up against this? This is just as dangerous as George Floyd's death was. The fact that you can attack this man's whole income. Now, I did say about banning Adidas. I'm going to take that back because I did hear what he said on that part. And his end was he was going to say what he was going to say, and Adidas wasn't going to take his endorsement away. Now, that was stupid. He should have left Adidas out of it. Make your own comment to yourself. I mean, from Adidas end, that's a business. You shouldn't have drugged me in the middle of that. You should have just kept whatever your statements were going. Don't say, because now you drugged me in the middle. I'm a business. And that's a business. I can't afford for these people to boycott my product because you saying it as though me and you done had this conversation. I never had this conversation with you. You should have just kept going what you were doing, kept it to a minimum whatever you were doing, but once you drug my name and said, and Adidas ain't even gonna ban me for being anti-Semitic, you should have done it. Any business is gonna do that. So on that end, I apologize to Adidas. Still don't make you no better now. You ain't righteous. It's just you drug the wrong people. You drug somebody's income, and you look at, I do the same thing, but like, don't drag my business in there. You do what you're doing. I got you. We work together. We partners. But you speak from Conway 20 in. And ease, you know what I'm saying? Don't speak on behalf of Adidas. You know what I'm saying? On that part, that was just dumb. I'll be honest, that part was dumb. I still respect his right to say what he said. And I don't think him and Kyrie, these guys don't owe these people no apologies. I mean, you guys don't owe no apology. Who owes apology is the people that's older than you that know this, and other people that's the same age who familiar with this, that are afraid to stand up and be men and women. Every one of them. But they'll cuss you out there. Oh, nigga, I'm real, nigga. I kill a nigga. I do that. Won't you kill these folks that got your stuff? Won't you kill these people who won't let you be a man or be a woman? You're ready to shoot us down and gun us down. They'll make direct video. All of them, I seen another guy booze him with hunger. They take them off. I'm swinging the first person I take them off. Won't y'all swing on the industry? That's pimping all of y'all guys. I mean, you watch all this stuff, they'll let them make it, and nobody bans them. You talking about swinging on the police, swinging on anybody white. Nobody banned these guys. Nobody put no endorsement. Nobody threatened to boycott these guys. These guys still live. Say something about, it could be juju fruit. That's it, jelly bean. It come out the wrong way. It's going to tie in. It's just sad that this world, listen, do y'all understand between the Jewish, quote unquote Jewish race and the homosexual race, everybody else is vulnerable. These are the only groups you can't say nothing about, nothing. Nothing offensive. You will lose everything. They will boycott you, shut you down. Where are all the heterosexuals at? Where are all the people that look at, what's wrong with what he said? Now, if he literally said he was going to kill them, now that's another issue. But let's just be practical. I heard, I didn't hear it, but come on, some people, you ain't got to pay no attention with no stuff like that. He actually, come on, ask the man, say he going to sleep. When he get up, he going DEFCON 3 on. What weapon this man got? He can't even hold down Kim Kardashian. Come on, man, just stop it. Just stop it. They try to act like this man, what, I'm telling you why you don't believe nothing they say. If they literally believe he was a threat, he'd have been sitting in jail. If you literally thought he said he was going to kill the Jewish race, why was he arrested? Because they never believed it. If you feel like your life is threatened, you have a right to file charges. They never filed charges because they never felt that. Now they just want to wreck his career to teach everybody else of color and make you afraid. And I'm ashamed of my people. That the fact we leave these people, we left them out there. See, that's what I'm saying. At some point, rappers, actors, athletes, let's drop the hate we got for each other. Let's just look at where we got a common cause at. We don't get respect. We all agree to that. Why is it we are comfortable with what they're doing? They're going to wreck this man's life, reduce this man's shoes down to $2 and $3. You know, I mean, this the man's income. If you don't like it, let the people on the street make that conscious decision. I choose not to buy your product. Don't let Jewish people buy it. But don't wreck it for everybody else. I don't think that's right. I don't feel like that's fair. Let the consumer make the choice whether or not they want to support it, buy it. That's all I say. Y'all got it. If that's the case, if you can cut down Conway 20, don't buy his shoes, you shouldn't buy none of these white people's shoes. All these countries, every one of them don't care nothing about you. Boycott all of them then. Don't wear nothing. Make your own shoes. Wear socks. You know what I'm saying? These Adidas, Reeboks, Nike, and all these other companies are going to do more damage than you than what Conway 20 going to ever do to you. These people do, listen, they do slave labor, forced slave labor in Vietnam and these other countries to make these shoes for pennies. Child labor. They break all child labor law. How they get away with it? They don't do it in America. These people are forced child labor, slave owners. They put these people in sweatshops and make these people tie down to a machine, and they're here all day, sundown, sun up, sundown, working to the bone till they work 50 cents, $2. These shoes will fight. Nigga step on my shoe, I'm finna kill him. Nigga, I paid $1,200 for these shoes. So, well, you should have went to Vietnam. You'd have saved $1,199. Don't get mad with me. Get mad at the sucker that made you pay $1,200 for it. Because the people that made it, these people only spending, these companies are spending like $2.50, $3 per shoe for a pair of shoes. They will spend $79, $159. These shoes from Vietnam. All these products were ripped and raped out of third world countries. And yet you want to say what kind of detriment Conway 20 costing us? Be for real. People not practical. Our people not practical. They don't know anything. Listen, these people will play you. Folk run out them stores, steal them shoes. I don't see how it's a crime. The police can put them little $3 in that tell them they gone, I paid that back. Give them $3. Say, listen, I got people here raping and murdering people. Huh? Here go $3. Put it in the register. Say, go call Vietnam, tell them see another pair. We got real crimes out here. Call me about no nigga stealing no $2 shoes. They ain't got time for no stuff like that. But they make it a big issue. Then we the one, and again, who the people that pay all their money for this stuff? Same shirt that they put a polo on is the same shirt with no polo. Give me that cheap damn shirt. Same shirt. Is they gonna stitch it and put a horse on it? That ain't a horse. The horse don't eat hay. The horse don't go nowhere. And a stick man on there. And listen, $98. That's cheap. Same shirt in the store, $3, $5, with a $10 coupon. I want that damn shirt. They ain't gonna be laughing at me. Guess who's laughing? The polo industry. Everybody look at these shirts where they say they made at these clothes. All of us that we put a lot into. And we feel like it give us character, it give us status. These white people program over this. So you tell me if I take the man off the shirt ain't nothing? If I put the Izod on it, or if I put the Gator lacrosse on him, now the shirt worth $85. If I take the emblem off, the shirt worth $5. Is the emblem that important? It's because they give us the mindset to make us put the value on this stuff. They value it, and then they take all our money from us. Our kids won't wear. That's what makes a polo assassin in this association. That's association. My kid had me thought it said assassin. I brought the guy, oh, a nice shirt. I didn't know. I said, he said, we can't wear that. They said that's assassin. I said, assassin? They said, you wear that. They said, you know why they call it assassin? And I know. They said, because you assassinate your character if you wear it. I was like, I didn't know nothing about that. I told my wife, I said, man, I want to wear the polo assassin. She said, assassin? I said, yeah, assassin. She said, that's association. I said, they said assassin. She said, why you listening to them? They told me, they said, man, you wear this to school, you will assassinate your character. The sad part is, it's made by the same company. But you see how they play your mind? Because they got two men on there, the same company. It's still polo stuff. Yet, it's part of the association. People look at, they want the one man on the horse. In your book said two are better than one. If one man get knocked off, you still got a man standing. That's how they program my mind. Somebody put a hate on something, and now people don't wear it. They like, man, that cheap junk. It's by the same company. Chaps, all these people. Man, Chaps used to be hot. When I was coming on, Chaps was there. Chaps was, it wasn't polo. It wasn't Izod. But you like Chaps. Yeah, Chaps. Same shirt. Polo, La Tiger, they same shirt. Sears had La Tiger. They had that little tiger on there. Look at hold that tiger, hold that tiger. The commercial didn't do it no good. They just made it worse. And every time somebody run around, I don't want nobody run grabbing my shirt because I got no tiger on it. But see, they program our mind and program us to like and dislike things. and we don't actually make a conscious decision ourselves. And we feel like the clothes, the shoes, the cars, and everything else make us better. But if you're not complete inside, it don't matter what you got, you're still empty. See, we need to get back to having character and getting substance first. So that way when you get things, the things don't determine you. It's not bad to have them, it's just bad when you don't have control of yourself and you don't know exactly what your destiny is, where you're going. So that's something that we want to try to make sure we work on. Y'all got it? So I am hurt about what happened to Ye. Man, what's your mama name? Conway. That's your mama. Who? Conway. Kanye? Kanye. His mama named him Kanye. He from Atlanta. He changed the name when? To Ye. Ye. Listen, man, if it floats your boat, just be you. At the end of the day, just be who you are. That's all. You can change your name if you're not satisfied who you are. It don't make a difference. You'll be right like Prince, walk around, he went Prince. You didn't even have a name, you had a symbol. I don't have an answer. So what do we call you? Call me former artist Prince. Why don't leave all that former off and just call you Prince? Why's all this extra for, nigga? Some stuff they put extra on. Get your respect. Why did you worry about this extra name call and stuff? They always run behind the wrong issue. I just been with you a lot of times. People on the wrong side of the issue. That's not important. How do you feel about yourself? How do you define yourself? These guys keep thinking to get some crazy abstract name is gonna make them great or make people say, oh, they're yay. Boy, what's your name? Hand me your license. This is what I'm gonna call you. You hear me, yay? Kanye. Well, that's his thing. That's what he wanted. He was spending money. Did he spend money for this? He changed his name. I give him $50. Now they ain't gonna get him out. Let me tell you what they ain't gonna do. You can change your name. You ain't got no contract. They got tricks for all that stuff. These guys do stuff. They don't get out of it for that. They don't play that stuff. They'll tie you. See that we right. White people know how to do that, not niggas. They'll still tie you into stuff. These people do it. Stuff tie you into your address too. There's a lot of stuff you can try to pull. So I was with a union company, and they tried that too. They'll try to move and do stuff. Now they were gonna move one time to another location. How they gonna get out of the contract? Because how they got you on your contract, everything ties into the name of the company and the address. And came in and stopped them on the agreement. They were gonna do a contract with us. But how they were gonna get us found out they was gonna move after they signed the contract, which was gonna void the contract. They're gonna lock us in, get us to work, then they were gonna move, get rid of the whole contract, scratch it. Because if we pull the contract, let's do it. What's the address on the contract? I'm not at that address. I'm telling what I know. Now people we of course, would I have known that? No. That's what you hear white people for. They let us know what they were gonna do. They were gonna jam us up on because they moved, the address was gonna make the contract, it was gonna make it null and void. Because their address don't tie to them. So the stuff they'll try to do, like Gold Chain come and say, yeah, you got a contract. These people don't do contract. Don't you think, when they give you a contract, don't you know they tie up all ends? They tie up all ends. They're the people you're not creating a contract with them. They create the contract. They already covered that. Most of these companies, don't you know how many companies these Jewish people buy out? They know what they're doing. They know all these games you're trying to do. Y'all got this stuff like Jerry Seinfeld. The man named Jerome. These people know about all this stuff. These people not crazy. We the only people, we learn on it. We learn on the go. They create it before they take off. That's why we lose every time. That's why I tell if I can get my people long enough to sit down and listen and get out of their self and stop trying to do their own thing and see for themselves, it's too much these people working on us. See, if enough of us stood up with Kanye together and stood up with them, don't get into no conversation on. So you go along with everything he goes, say, man, where your mama at? Because see, that's how they'll divide us. Don't have that conversation. We're only here for one thing. I respect how Kyrie, what's the one? Kyrie, how he held them people to the same point. So you're promoting more. He said, wait a minute, stop. He said, I ain't going around doing nothing. I said, posted a link. How you come on? So the movie he said, oh, stop. I ain't promoting nothing. because they try to tie you into stuff. They were going to lead off into something else and make it his movie. If it's hateful to Jews, everything focused at him, that all the hate go him. You got to learn how to keep them in conversation. Don't let them have no conversation. So you go along with such. This is what we're talking about. Don't let white people move you for no other. That's how they're going to tie you up. They're going to pull you off, piss you off. And he did good because I'd have been pissed off. I'd have flipped the table. But see, you know, he going to look like, they'd have used that. They'd have kept showing it over and over on TV. You could tell right there it's hate for Jews. Look how he flipped that TV. They'd have slowed it down and made it fake and made spit come out of their mouth. Right there, he want to kill Jews. See, they do that to us all the time. Anytime we see the real white person, they got an excuse. In France today in their parliament, they had a quote-unquote African-American up talking, and one of the white parliament members sitting there, yeah, I was watching, he told him, go back to Africa. You know, typical nigga, and keep talking, just keep going. The white folks jumped up and didn't like it. They jumped up, they said, hey, what? They're like, what are you doing? They're like, They're like, ho, shut this whole session down. White folks shut it down. Niggas stand up like this. He ain't open his mouth. He stand up. Stutter. Come on, white boy. They're going to get it straight. Let me get all y'all white boys straight. Let me show y'all right now why you shouldn't do this. Said, listen, once I tear this ass out of here, when I tear this one out the sprocket, the rest of y'all take note. All you had to do was walk out there and say that to my face. With a baseball bat. Just say it to my face. And watch it shake. Said, see, I know what that to him. All that stuff, because we done heard enough. It's the fact of the disrespect. It ain't bad. He couldn't say nothing. He had let all the white folks do it all the time. You know, this your hand right here? Put in your pocket. So, I love kids, by the way. That's the problem we had. And it's bad you have to keep putting these defensive lines in the sand, but we just can't keep standing for disrespect. It's like, at some point, you remember Parliament with these people, where this come from? And he gets to explain. He said, I was talking about the migrants, they need to go back to Africa. They give him a little suspension, and now you ain't gonna be able to prove one way or the other, because he'll get away with it. They'll float him in. You know, it ain't that they didn't agree with it. They look at this stuff on camera, what you doing? I'm trying to tell y'all. I watched Lindsey Graham tell him, he said, when we get Herschel elected, he said, then they can't say we racist. And dumb Herschel said, I'm saying, I watched him say, this is why he was in Forsyth County, he told him. He said, when we get Herschel elected, he said, then they can't say we're racist. In Forsyth County, Alpharetta, always been racist. Them folk gonna die racist. And then yet they say that and like, where that come from? Who said y'all were racist? We here for a political campaign. So y'all only pushing me to try to make yourself like you ain't racist. He too dumb to even realize it. Too dumb. Man said it right there in their face. So they're playing. Listen, he let them. And see, you know what he was trying to do? He was trying to sell them on. He was letting the white people that know. Look, first of all, we don't need no nigga up here. He tell, listen, if we get Herschel elected, they can't say we racist. He let them know because he's gonna push our agenda. Be smart, just like Obama did for white people for Democrats. He drug them out there in polls, and I had to tell one of my white partners today about that. He still feel like black people elected Joe Biden. I said, where you get your information from? He said, yeah, man, you know, he said, you got to tell people don't go and elect. I said, my people. I said, listen, we're 12% of the total population, okay? 12%. I said, over 3% of our people are incarcerated, which means they can't vote, okay? I said, the rest of them, we got kids. Explain to me how 12% of the total population outvoted 82% of the rest of the people, 88% of the rest of the people. I said, that's all you got to explain to me. He said, well, the ones in jail, they illegally voted. I said, okay. This is what he told me flat. He said, that's where them illegal votes come from. I said, white people actually say y'all this stuff? There are no black criminals. I'll tell you, you remember a guy was talking about, man, I need to get him so I can illegally vote. Black people in jail don't give a damn about no vote. They pissed. They trying to come up. They ain't worried about it. They want to get out. They trying to make parole. They trying to get some girl outside to love them, marry them, and put money on the book. Somebody they can call and she can get the phone and start calling other people. Don't give a damn about no vote. Like I said, listen, man, black people ain't into voting like that. Last thing we worry about is stealing a vote, how to vote 2 times. That's not how many of y'all know black people in here? How many of y'all know somebody black that told you, yeah, man, I'm trying to learn how to double vote? If he told you, hell, you wouldn't even know what he was talking about. Double vote. You know, we still learning. Most of us ain't but 1% know how to do double dutching. How you come up with double vote? Is this a conversation we have? How to illegally vote? Yeah, I know he ain't supposed to vote. I'm a felon, but I know I'm trying to sneak in here some kind of way where I can get in here and vote. I got to get Trump in there, or I got to get back. Black people don't have this conversation. Somebody white is telling white people lies. This is not the conversation of black people. We talking about how high gas is, bill, where the good weed at. I'm trying to help them out. They want to know what black folks talking about. Isn't that right? And how they finna get a free turkey. Isn't that right? It's almost Thanksgiving. We ain't got time for no stuff like that. We got other problems. Black people got a whole nother issue. We don't get involved with that stuff. That's what y'all believe. White people lying to y'all. They ain't got nothing. I don't get it. 12% of the people put their man in the office. That's if every one of us voted. We couldn't outmass 82%, 88%. It's impossible. And yet they buy this stuff. They sold them. Do y'all know that they say more white people are killed by the police than black people? Who that stupid? That the police walk around here, hold on, Justin, pow, I ain't gonna shoot you, I gotta get my number. More white people are killed by the police than black people? And where this movie shot at? Let me ask you, Jay, would you believe that? That more white people are killed by the police than black? Possibly. Tell me why you think.
Only reason I said it because if they're gonna say the population.
Overpopulation.
As far as percent-wise, no.
By percent-wise, your population, yeah.
Like, I think they can prove that, like, and that's probably why they say that, because they're probably
try to use, yeah. They'll try to use.
Percent-wise, I'm sure it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, especially, and I assure you, the number is definitely, the ones that they shoot white are overly justified. Exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be a whole nother end. We talking about. Exactly, they have a choice to shoot them. People of color, you know, gun well, you don't need no choice. You just need to be available. That's all you need. You white, before you shoot a white person, man, that paperwork you need from the governor. We get like, how that you white, you just commit a crime, you pull a gun. I'm saying, hold on 1 second, I need to call my supervisor. Y'all seen a white kid was shooting at the police? Assault rifle, that man behind that tree begging. Oh God, please God, I don't want to kill these kids. The man was praying behind a tree and these kids letting off assault rifle. They already killed somebody? When they escaped from the nursing home, from the group home, then they killed somebody at the group home. They injured them. Yeah, them kids don't need to be nowhere. Them kids need one right between the eyes. Even not handcuffed, they let them joke down. That's some kid, man, there's too much going on. Listen, man, you escaping from group, you killing them folk, kidnapping folk, you riding on him, breaking them folk house, getting assault rifle, shooting at the police. Let me ask you a question. What kind of rehabilitation we finna do with you? Once you start shooting at the police, you really ain't ready for the street no more. You're in a whole nother era. If you tell, when you get a nigga who don't care about shooting out the police, what he care about a regular nigga, I can tell you. This ain't the nigga you want on the street, am I correct? Anytime, when you talking about you just lighting out with the popo, this gonna go back. A tipper, they ain't letting you leave him. So you leave him, you get through, you gonna be thinking, hell, I shot with the police, I'll shoot you in no time. So there's some folk you look at, you just don't. When you do the street mail, you say, yeah, you don't need to be on the street. I know some folk like that, they don't need to be on the street. Because regular folks ain't safe. How many of y'all feel safe? Scared. Justin, you don't feel safe. This your country. I'm with you. Me and you.
Of course, I don't know what it feels like to be black, so I mean.
You don't know what it feels like to be black. Do you think it's hard for black people? Yeah. Or black people make it up?
No, I think it's hard for them.
It is. That's a good one. And there's other white people do. I ain't actually like putting that on you for everybody. I'm gonna be like that, but people don't realize though the anger that you'll see from the quote unquote so-called Negro, it's the frustration. Just like watching what happened with the boy Conway and Ye and Kyrie and them, what happened with them, it just hurt you for the fact that you'll just take a person's whole life off of. Now, if he literally was talking about killing them people, I mean, don't boycott him. Get rid of file charges. That's what you think he's gonna do. I mean, you can prove people gonna do it. If he literally was going to do that, but I mean, his conversation where he said, it doesn't move me one way or another. These guys don't make no determination for people. I don't know what people thinking. They don't make black people jump up and walk out. How many black mothers we found went to synagogue looking for Jews? Black folk don't know where a damn synagogue at. We don't know where this stuff located at. We know where the Baptist church at, the liquor store, church of chicken, crack, weed. That's the first nigga. All right, do this. All right, I'm going to just pick one of y'all niggas. Care, right now. Come on, right up. Come on, quick. Come on, right quick. Come on, quick. Tell them where you know where a synagogue at.
Kanye's.
Who?
Kanye's.
Kanye. Man. What about another one?
Don't know.
Nigga don't know. They act like they got us on the street. We don't know it. We're not looking for these people. These guys, nobody influence. When we was up here, when I talked, and you said you know where it was, when I walked off like this right here, I was done. I was done. Yeah, I was done. No, you good. I just thought I was done. I mean, been done. No, but I'm saying, none of these people move us. So I don't know why people it'd be different if these guys had the power of the tongue to where they got black people going, looking in Jewish neighborhoods, busting out stuff, Jews getting kidnapped by black people, Jews getting ran out the road. We don't know a Jew from a white man. We'll come up to a Chinese man asking, hey, you Jewish? We don't know. Black people don't keep it really not that serious. Unless you putting hands on us in this video, we don't know what you're talking about. Then you finna have a problem. But far that, we don't know nothing about that stuff. I don't know why people these guys don't, listen, none of these guys don't have the power they got. Power like you talking, man want to smoke, man want to drink, yeah. Hell, they go kill a Jew. Like, hell are you talking about? I don't know no Jew. What the hell? I don't know about no Jews that we don't know. So a lot of stuff people are very ignorant to, but we need to become conscious of people that have affected us for long periods of time. White society. That's just being honest. And when I'm talking about white society, again, we're talking about the leadership of the system. Because they put the divide between the quote-unquote Jewish people and ourselves, between us and the Hispanic people, between us and the Asian people. They hate. Everybody that hate us, these people have never really had a real encounter. You know, with a mass of us. Maybe say a person had an encounter with you, Austin, and it was a bad experience. You can't put that on all of us. You can't do that. Very few. If you get somebody, I don't like black. So okay, tell me how many blacks you had an encounter with. I plenty of them niggas. Give me a number. Man, I ain't got time to talk, because you really don't. You probably had an experience with somebody, you said the wrong thing, and it triggered them the wrong way. Of course we're defensive when you're the person that been offending us. So we got to be cognizant and conscious of everything come out your mouth, because we know a lot of things are a slide. Let me see for a second. That sound white, but you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, you good boy. You know what I'm saying? And you hear about slavery. What do you do? Feel you? So now, this is like, why are you feeling up on me? Why you call me boy? His mind saying, I didn't mean that bad. Why are you so offended? Because this is something we've been plagued by. This is something they do, feel on you, like to feel on you, touch on you, and do stuff, and then this boy stuff. And it's so, now they're like, oh, see, you just take everything. You take. It's the way they do things. You always want me to just succumb to it and accept it versus just respect. Do you talk to other white people like that? Right. Do you walk up, when you see white people walk over, come on, oh, yeah, good boy. Good boy. You do it to me. So, of course, it's going to be offensive because of the slave trade of measuring you out, checking you for product to see whether or not you're a good buy or not. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at us and assume we're built with all this anger, we're just trying to make sure we don't find ourselves falling backwards. Because we've seen this before, we've heard of it before. So we're gonna step to the line quick when there's certain things get approaching the area. Yep, we're gonna step to the end and say, let me go ahead and end that now. Let me just go ahead and end that now. I'm not a boy. Oh, they're gonna. Oh, then I guess it's gonna start ganging. Why gang come? So a lot of times, it ain't everybody. Your wording gets bad. Your wording gets bad. And you might, I don't mean that, but you got to understand. You're talking to a person who has the history of the effects of your conversation, the effects of your feelings before, or touching on was somebody up on an auction block who was taken from their country, stripped of everything and dignity, placed somewhere they didn't want to be, and chained down. So you got to understand, when I start seeing some of this come on, I just want to cut it off. Because there are certain things, look at them. They'll still have a problem with Northerners. Ask any white boys today, so what part did you play in the Civil War? Because I can't get why you run around that tight-ass flag. We gonna rise again. When was you down? You weren't even living. But you gonna tell me to let go of everything about my people. Y'all done seen them do this. Just you don't have anyone ever said anything to you about you being a Northerner, noticing that about you? Anybody you could tell, a Southerner, white Southerner, that might have an issue? Or say something to kind of slide out to you against it?
No, not so, but I heard other niggas make my accent. They can tell from north.
But they never said nothing offensive to it.
No.
I had some white ones I know from down here. They tell me a minute. They said they can't stand on Northern. They tell me they hate them. They said, I'm telling her, white tell me flat. They said, a damn Yankee? They call me a damn Yankee. Listen, they said, damn Yankee, I don't like no Yankee. And all you had to ask is say, so what was your part during the Civil War? I know a white guy, that man brought his letters his great-granddaddy had from the Civil War, where he wrote the neighbor and told him he was going to pay him $200 for a nigga named Henry. Oh, listen, he brought the letter. He brought the I said, damn. And he told me he was fighting. He was in the Confederate, and he was fighting. He asked him to loan him that nigga Henry and let him come there and help, like, keep the house, for protection. I said, Henry, tearing that ass up. You don't bring Henry up now. Henry sound me like, where your old man at? He all fighting. Hell, me too. Ain't the truth? You don't want to, man, no. You don't want to sit no shaking, crying, scared white woman sitting there with not no nigga named Henry. They're going to be bad for business. Man, after come back, he like, damn, I don't remember all these interracial kids. He's like, that's a slave right there. Why you don't put on some weight too? He said, yeah, Henry been working the field hard around him. Henry been plowing around him. I tell you, man, he supposed to talk. His friend supposed to talk. They read that letter. Read that letter. Man, tell that down. That man be tearing your wife up. See, they wasn't their friend. In the middle, man, you don't tell about it, man, bring no nigga. That nigga gonna be sweaty, come out the field, no shirt on with them pants cut, look like they crumble hurt, them bust out their clothes. Please don't bring that field nigga Henry down. How many of y'all know that's a bad idea, bro? Please don't bring, if I'd have seen that letter, I'd say, listen, master, look at him. Don't do that. He gonna kill your mule. That mule ain't gonna work no more, master. Well, listen, he told him he was going to pay him $200. Mind you, this is during the Confederate War. He got the letter. How much money that cracker got? How many they got $200 now to pay somebody come to their house? Man, we can't pay for DoorDash. You finna pay somebody. Listen, I don't pay. Look at them thieves. Hell, it's almost the same amount of food. I can't pay for this stuff, man. You talking about $200 back in what that was, 1800? And you finna pay $200 for a nigga to come stay at your house and help keep your wife for the war. I know Henry prayed every night. Please let that cracker die. I'm loving it over. That's probably why Matt Donald got, I'm loving it. There's some crazy white folks, ain't there? I should have been back that in. I said, but we need more white boys like that. Any more of y'all white boys needing more niggas named here to go keep your wife while you go? Ain't that right? Y'all all right? Woo, boy, I could have me some fun, but he probably the happy nigga in slavery back there. I know I've been some kind of him. I can tell you get the letter. Your man say, hey, you got to get him. You got to go keep his wife for him while he out there fighting. Be like, damn, what I can do to help my country? Ain't that right? Man, I know he was happy when he got there. His muscles there flexing, sweats, he's seeing it back there while he flying. Boy, that field nigga here had a good time. Ain't that right? God rest his soul. Y'all some crazy people. How many of y'all feel all right? How many of y'all, let me start. How many of y'all feel normal? They got a rehab center for people like y'all. Y'all try to go get yourself checked in. But we do have to get to a point, and I'm going to move on to where we got to get ourselves to being better people. That's the truth. This whole thing really bothers me, what happened with these guys. For the fact, it's not about them more than it's a strike against us. And that's another blow against us to the fact that it shows that we have no power in America. We have no rights in America. We don't have a voice in America. We're not respected in America. These young people, I'm counting on y'all to be better than us. Yeah, what you looking around for? You in that number. That's right, for your hairline disappear. Danny, y'all know that I'm looking for y'all to do better than us, right? I'm looking for y'all to be Shane. When you count out them 65% of the women, gold diggers, 25% of them gay, then what that leaves us? So that's 85. No, that's 80. So 20. What's the last 20%? Last 20%. The 10% got to be bisexual, and the last 10% got to be trisexual. You know what a trisexual is? She'll try anything. A trisexual will do anything. Make sure y'all don't get a tri. That's what you want to get. One ask them. If she says she's a trisexual, what you supposed to do? I don't know. You don't know. We grinning like that, and she may around that, but she wasn't gave you something. You better get around her, ain't that right? Don't get no trisexual, but they'll mess you up now. Y'all got it? Who the man, Buck? Who? They can't hear you, Buck. Who the man? That's what I'm talking about. Tell the truth and stay safe. All right, we got to get ready to move forward with positive energy. Time for positive energy. What you going to do, positive energy? Come on, John. McKay, didn't I have you last time? What did I say about your energy last time you was up here? Think about your answer. Was it good? Come on, Asa. Asa, positive energy. Come on, Asa. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Asa. That's what I'm talking about, Asa. Asa walking here swinging. Where you come from, a saloon? That man come here slinging. Y'all gonna be ready. Who gonna be negative? Who's gonna be positive? You positive? Hold on. That man came in here with saloon power. Oh, he gonna be negative. So he gonna be negative. You know what you gotta do? So Asa, when you watch these videos before we came up here, you seen this? Have you watched this show before? Yeah. You seen this show before? This ain't your first time here. Had to think about it. All right, so what you gotta do? He gonna be he ain't doing too good. So you gotta come with that energy and know how to greet him, and then check your brother, see how he doing. What's going on? You all right? Hang in there. We don't want to get too deep. We don't want to get involved. You say your hands in your pocket. No, that's right. Don't do that. Because a nigga looking for you to give him something. You do this him. Look how you looking. See, don't do that. You saw your eye drop down here. Watch this. Don't do it. So when you greet, don't say it like, how you doing? And like this. Watch your eyes. That's what I'm saying. Don't do that, okay? We want to check on him, make sure he good. If he ain't good, then hang in there. Got it? We can't spend the night. Got it? All right, nigga might need a surgery, a kidney. How many kidneys? You got 2? You got 2 kidneys. You know what I'm telling you? You got 2 kidneys. If he need a kidney, where do you think he looking for that other kidney at? You get my drill? You gonna be a kidney short. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't get yourself tied up in it, okay? Greet, encourage. You got it? And he can't. It don't look like we can help him in a handshake and a hug. That's all we can do. Put your hand in your pocket. Oh, don't do that. See, you got the man looking. I was testing you. Got it? See, watch. That's why I ain't do it. See, watch it. Ready? Positive energy, get negative energy. Take one. Start walking, man. We ain't gonna be able to help him. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. That's what I'm saying. You stay too long, you're gonna be talking about, what is it? What is it? Now you're too committed. See, you're gonna have to do too much. Now you gotta now you need a ride. You got a car? Now you gotta steal a car. He need a ride. That's why we can't get overly involved. Got it? Greet, how you doing? Oh, I ain't doing too good. Hang in there. Got it? All right, whew, let's try it again. Whew. Positive energy, matching negative energy. Take 2.
finger? No.
You back in the party.
That's what I'm saying. We got a rope. Then you hang your pocket. See, you finna pay the man. Asa, once we see we can't help it, Asa. Well, like, how you doing? Doing all right? So you ain't doing all right. Tell me how you doing. How you doing?
Not good.
Cause I don't want to have to pay nothing. Got it? We ready? So let's check on it. Encourage your brother, and he ain't doing good. And you see that like if it be costing you something, what we gotta do? That's what I'm talking about. Positive energy, matching negative energy. Take 3.
How you doing?
That's all we can do. We ain't gonna be able to help everybody. That's all. There you go. We can't help everybody. Whew. Who gonna get? You ready? Come on, Joe. Come on, Antoine. Let's get some big on him. We got to get this thing going. What we got?
He's negative.
Wow. You negative? Wow. You gonna be negative. You gonna be positive.
Yes, sir.
Are we ready? Positive energy, matching negative energy. Take 1.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Why you still here? The man said, I need some help. I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you have any money? Do you have a car?
No, sir.
Do you have a job? Then man, leave. Don't try to stay here, man. You're going to be locked into trouble. Oh, let's try it again. Whew. We're going to switch it up. Negative. Positive. You ready? Negative energy, part of the energy. Take 2.
I'm good. How about you?
Watch yourself.
I'm not doing good, man.
That's what I'm talking about, dog. That's all we can do. Can't get hung up in here, man. I don't know what's happening. Some people you can hear it when they come out. You like, dang, I'm finna have to get 'em. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't greet nobody if you're eating, cause you probably had a split head before. Eat that man. I'm eating. Turn your plate right, cause you don't want that nigga. I don't know when the last time I ate. So it's like it's gonna be a little longer because you ain't finna eat now. Now you want to throw somebody something though. Who we got? Come on, we gotta get our cool. Who on you? Come on, Gavin. Come on, Keisha. Gavin, I want to apologize before they get started. This is trouble. Are we doing positive, positive, negative, positive, negative, negative? What we doing?
It doesn't matter. I'm positive.
You positive.
Yes, I'm negative.
Oh, goodness. Positive, negative, take 1 with prayer.
No, how you doing? I'm doing too. How you doing? I'm not doing so good. Stay like that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's all you do. That's what I'm saying. Try to stay like that. We voted to left a little something in there. They just try to stay like that.
Oh, I feel.
And she one thing about killing herself, probably right at the edge now, huh? Ooh. Hey, rough. Come on, where my Mook at? Mook. Come on, Mook. Come on, my Mook. Where I'm gonna get my Mook up here, Mook? Who? What's up? Come on, honey, go. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. You ready? All right. Who gonna be negative? Are y'all gonna both be positive? Negative? You don't know. She's shy. So she gonna be shy. What you gonna be?
Negative.
You gonna be negative. She gonna be negative. You gonna be ready? Let's see. Negative, positive. Take 1.
Hey, how you doing? Bad. What's wrong? Bad. We need help.
No, we can't. No. No, she gonna want to ride. She want to borrow something. We don't want to give all that help. Listen, now come on back. We're gonna try it again. Let's tell her, listen, we just gotta tell her. We just gotta let her know. If you're hearing the word and trusting him, he'll work it out. That's what we tell him. That way you ain't getting a whole lot. Just trust him if you're doing what he said. You got it? Are y'all ready? All right, negative, positive energy. Take 2.
Hey. How you doing? Good. How about you? Bad.
Hang in now.
Hang in there.
That's it. That's all we can tell you. Hang in there, Mook. Give him a hug. Good. Give my girls good. Come on, Carrie. Me and Carrie. Come on, Carrie. What you doing? What you doing? Don't sound. What's it doing? I be positive. What you want to do? You be positive?
I'll be what's name. I'll be next. How you doing? Yeah, I know.
Man, good, you still calling me. That's doing good. Man, you look good. Man, you ready to jump. I got a nigga. See, I ain't got that negative energy get on me. Like, I'm encouraging him. That negative energy pull you down. You got to bat it back and come home with joy. Woo. That's what happened to Atlanta folk get together. All right, see, I got to start learning how to offer your hand, but don't offer your hand, because sometimes what you'll get with people, and of course we do this, some humor too as well, but you want to know how to offer help without overextending, because sometimes people will pull more out of you than what you actually can give. Although you're giving people energy, sometimes people will take advantage of you and drag you into their world. Now it becomes more than maybe I could offer you words of encouragement. Maybe I could offer you some money. Now it could be, let me call you every day. What's your phone number? Where you stay at? Come by my house and start visiting me. Because sometimes people will pull you in. So you have to be aware when you're doing things. Your intent is going to need to be honest, need to be genuine and true. But sometimes people will pull more out of you than what you give. Know how much you can offer a person. Y'all got what I'm saying? Because sometimes people get themselves so committed. Now you overextend yourself now. Where you could be a help to somebody, now you wind up being a hurt to yourself. So you have to know and measure how much help you can give without you being less of yourself. That makes sense? Now, I mean you might not be out of some money, because really when you're genuine with people, and it's people like we are in him, you gotta extend yourself money and other things. But you gotta know sometimes I have to kind of cut myself for how much I put in, because I start to lose a part of myself. You got what I'm saying? You want to still be able to keep you at the same time. Now you need people to help build you and pull you back up because somebody done drained you out. That's it when some people, sometimes with people are not conscious all the time of what you ask for, what you get from people, and realize this a bit much. Like, you might want to use your phone, you know. I mean, just say can I use the pen? That's much. Okay, it's good. You can't use your toothbrush. People will push you. It'll move to something simple. That wasn't that. She think her phone who you gonna call, but a pen, she look at this ain't gonna hurt me. Even you take the pen and get another pen. But now we moved into, let me use your toothbrush. Sometimes people will push you like that. Let me see what look I can get. Let me move somewhere major. Now this put you to where, guess what you want to do? I don't want to help nobody no more. Last time I helped somebody, I overextended myself too far. So you got to learn how to kind of measure yourself out and measure our situation with people like me. It don't matter. I know how far I'm going to go with people. I've done this enough to where, like, it don't matter. I know when to get in and get out and say, okay, enough is enough. You got it? But for sometimes with people want to get out. So I want to help people. I want to do it. And you realize sometimes people will pull you out and they'll just drag you out for the sake of you open up the door for it. You extended yourself to where now I'm going to make you hate the day you ever done it. Y'all got it. Now this puts you in a bad spot. You got what I'm saying? Anybody ever been help somebody and wind up finding themselves too far in? A couple of people? You know, and it happened because people sometimes will do that. Since nobody else will do it, you'll do it. I'm gonna take advantage of the situation. Versus, I'll appreciate the help. I appreciate what you've done, and I wouldn't ever want to overextend you any more than needed to be. You got it? A lot of times people are not conscious of that. Just like with us doing the positive energy, negative energy. what's the thing? The learning issue is we would assume that people know how to treat people, each other. People don't. Everything is taught behavior. Everything is taught behavior. Because typically, if it's more northern type people, a lot of times they're not big on maybe speaking as a general. Southern type, we more, hey, wave. People, what's all that wave? People like, what's all that waving for? Why you speak to people? I mean, what is it? You just speak to people, don't cost you nothing. And a lot of time with them, they look at people hustle you. It be people, you walk by, they see you speak, they be like, hey, let me ask something for you. What, you got the time? Now they done moved to something, you think the time. Let me ask something from you know what's up, son? I'm working this whole thing, I'm finna ask for something else. I just need to get your take. You stop long enough to give me the time. Let me ask you something. You know what such that? You know, man, let me say, you ain't got a cigarette on you, dude. You smoke, you got a lighter? So, but now they just got you going, and now a game coming. So that's a lot of time for Northerners. The reason they not at people say they most stuck up, it's not stuck up. They just look at people usually game you when they stop you, or people speaking you to trying to finesse you for something. So now they get a bad aura or a bad tag on it that, oh man, Northerners stuck up, they don't speak to nobody. It's so much game around you can't take no chances. You might be honest with just speaking. I'll be honest with you. You don't do eye-to-eye contact because I don't want to be committed to whatever you're doing. I'm watching you and you fall out. Then I got to look around. I'm the one watching. I got to run here. Hey, man, turn my boom and hit the ground. Nobody else don't get that nigga. I ain't getting involved. Am I the only person see him on the ground? Because you know what? Sometimes they look at it'll be people that'll fake fall just to get people to pick them up, get in your pocket. Oh, we look at, oh man, run, get them up, and nigga get in your pocket. When you from up north, it just you seen and you've heard of so many scams, you just avoid stuff. You could be honestly laying out and just keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody call the police. Get on the phone. 911. This is your emergency. Hey, I got a guy here that just fell out. Describe what you got. What can you give us your number? They're not finna tie me and this nigga on this ground. So it's too much. People look at. I ain't trying to get that committed. I don't need them call. I don't need the police with my phone number and all the 911. Just looking for somebody to call back in case if we can't find a location, you can let us know. But for us, we look at that. Now I'm already overly involved. He's not even with me, and he fell out on the ground. I'm not trying to get involved. Why y'all guys don't call? Now they asking me what's my name, what my phone number, and stuff like that. Can we hang up the phone? They'll find him when he starts stinking. But it's sad. That's where we are as a society. Nobody wants to get involved. So if we could kind of work to change some of the dynamics of just how we at least treat each other, carry that energy, and just try to be a different type of person with other people. It ain't gonna work with everybody. You ain't gotta walk to grab and hug, but it's still, you'd be surprised a simple door. I held the door. They were like, dang, I appreciate it. Why didn't I held it? It didn't cost me nothing. It ain't hurt nothing. It's just what it used to be just common human dignity. Just a little respect. What is it? Hold the door for you. Hold the door right quick. Ain't that much right now. Here you go. Yeah, they go, oh, open the damn self. Yeah, and there'll be somebody turn in favor of you sometimes. I'll speed it. You'll have somebody hold the door. I ain't gonna sit and take my time. You hold the door. Yeah, I'm gonna let you hold it. I appreciate it. I don't want to overextend you, no. But some people, they like that. Me, I don't want to I'll speed up my walk if you because I don't want to overextend it from you. I appreciate you doing I don't want to take advantage of that. Since you there, you stuck. I'm just let you hold it. Take my time. This is stupid. But all the things I'm saying are things we have to learn. Everything I'm telling you, you have to teach it. People don't just know this. Y'all got it. So you have to be a judge of people real quick, situations. And sometimes you might misjudge a situation, but you learn from the situation. Y'all got it? But you got to judge situations quick and got to be able to make a real conscious decision how far you can go with this situation. Nobody from me just me on the street should wind up in my car. That's a serious move. We were doing positive energy, and I was going up. I had never told nobody wind up in your car. This is a really big decision you just made. It could wind up being your life. All that stuff on them tests, I don't care what training you got. All your training definitely just about almost going to be defensive. Only problem you got, you don't know when offense going to move. That's the only problem you got with your training. It's all defensive. So when is offensive moving? You see what I'm saying? Offense got the ball. They the one in control of the call. You could jump off sides. And not saying they can't, so you got to wait to see what offense doing. Am I correct? Your defense that is planning on, they know what they're going to do. They know when the ball's snapping. You trying to count and trying to figure it. That's the problem with it. You don't know what they're going to do. So you got to be careful about how close you let people get, letting people get in your surroundings, getting too close, letting people get inside your vehicles. Open your door to let people in your home. Somebody told, old lady at my door can't hardly walk. Her ass stay out there. Because that's a lot of energy you walk down my long driveway to get to my door. I don't know what you up to. This door not coming open to let you in here. I open that door, and there about 50 little young niggas popping out with these using grandmama. No, can't open no door. I'm just telling you, can't just be popping up. Hello, may I help you? All this out here. And that's it. You and the door gone. I know some of my folks had to, no, I'm going to be open no door. I ain't got no open no door for that. Would ring for a talk to you. Hey, what is it? How you talk? I want to know what you that talk quick. I didn't know talk quick what you want. Wrong house. Let's go. It's time for you to go. I taught that, and that time coming, I'm coming with my friend. I'm coming with my little friend. I answer the door like that. Oh, we good. Is everybody good? I need to be get out the property. I need to be moving. Get out of here, because I don't know you. I don't just be pull up in no address. I'm be calling, make sure that's where I need to be. I know how people are. People don't need nobody at their door just knocking. It be some people they in a whole nother world. You popping that door, hell, they think the military done came or something in there. I don't be just go knocking on no door looking for nobody. I don't pass out no mailers. I ain't knocking on nobody's door to hand nobody nothing. I ain't with no Salvation Army. There's some folk don't want folk to touch their door. And I don't want to be the person to find out when bullets coming out of it. Some of these folks here, they just be free willing. They just go knock on doors and rubbing and cleaning doorknobs and run. No, I start people's yard. I know how people find it. Start their yard, stay away from the door, just leave people. You know what I'm telling you? There's some people, they just time bombs, you know what I'm saying? And you be playing the right person yard, playing with the right person door, and that bomb will go off in there. Because they thinking somebody after them or they hear voices or something. Leave people alone. That make sense? All right, we're going to try to get ready to move forward. What you learned today? You're a terrible greeter. Isn't that right? That's what you learned. But that's all right. We'll teach you better. All right, we're going to try to move forward, see what we can learn today, all right? All right, counselors. Appreciate What's that? And we're going to talk about that again. We turn that heat down now. Done warmed up on us. Excuse me. That's fine. It's at this time we're having technical difficulties. A lot of y'all familiar with the with the vowel point, the cool vowel point, though. I sent y'all the cool vowel point, didn't it? Just give y'all some basics. I know there's more to it. There's things we need to recognize, we need to know in order to be effective. Definitely wants to make sure we're focusing on our salvation, which is our Yeshua, more than anything, especially as we see the day approaching. Y'all see the numbers? Y'all remember we used to have everybody pretty much here. Man, 1 or 2 out, them days over with, ain't it? Man, folks down and out for the count, boy, every week, a couple of days. I thought we were building back up, but it started falling out. Make 1 service, miss 3 services. Ain't that right? We'll start calling people Rudy nights. Make 1 service, we're going to see for a couple of services. So you want them Rudy nights, ain't that right? Yeah, I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah for keeping us around, though, I tell you. It's just, again, it's just another world now. And again, I was thinking on the importance of looking at us being that one new man, what he was trying to create, what he was trying to get from us. And that's something we really want to make sure we adhere to and make sure we comprehend it. That makes a major difference when you have comprehension. We talked about before having command of subject, especially when it comes down to salvation. This ain't something you want to guess about. This is something you want to make sure you literally know. You know what I'm saying? You want to really make sure you got an understanding on this and make sure you know. We talked about before in 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. Furthermore, as you received of us, halak. That's right, how you ought to walk. And we received it from him, which means somebody gave us the information, not something you just know. Nobody, the book said that Canute said he halak with Alahym. Isn't that right? Which means he'd have taught him how to walk. He'd have walked in a way in such a way that it patterned out with Yahuwah. You know, sometimes, again, we talked about how you can hear certain statements and it'll make you feel as though Alahym came down and literally walked with a person, but basically the way he was going is the way he's always been going. You have to go the way he's going. Like I said, Yahuwah be with you. But if you turn from him, if you forsake him, so why would we think he walking with you wherever you go? That's right. The only pattern you got for him being with you is that you with him. He ain't never gonna be with you when you outside the perimeters of what he established. The only way for you to get in the walking with him is you got to get into the con, which we say the favor of, and which means you got to walk in the way that he prescribed us, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get Alahym favor. Alahym favor fall upon them that do his will. So a lot of times, again, everybody we looked at that we, imagine, Musha they call Moses, or Kanuk they call Enoch, or Jacob they call Jacob. For any of those people here, we look and say, well, wow, man, they was really, blessed, or they were lucky, as we might say. The fact of how did they get to have this relationship with, with the Most High? Well, we don't consider the relationship is contingent upon his, according to what he prescribed. They didn't have a relationship outside of one that we couldn't have with him. I'm telling you, they didn't have a relationship outside of what we could have with him. It was just imagine us attaching ourselves to something. Everything, that's why it's important to get the knowledge, the information. We get the information, get the knowledge, then you get the same thing. The Abba he's Sadat, he's just. Anybody that do his will, he just to him. You even think about when, they got it up. You even think about when it came down to Jacob, when he stole the birthright of his brother Asu. What was the desire of the Abba at the time? Savory meat. Savory meat. Say it loud. I heard you say it loud out there. The one I love. So if you just brought some flavored meat in there, that was going to work. See, that's the key. The kind I love. That's the key. Yeah. You can season it, but that's not what I love, though. Well, dog, can't nobody please you. I told you, so, which means you need to know something about me then, don't you? Because you say, well, I know how to season meat. You might over-season it. So you need to know something about my taste. My desire. That's the purpose of coming and being taught of him. You can't, this is not speculative. It's not something you just can assumption. Asu, who they call Esau, was able to do it because he knew what the father wanted. And so with the aim, the mother. That's why she was able to tell him, quick, go and fetch me one of the goats from the herd. And I'm going to prepare it. Your father asked for savory meat such as he loved. I'm going to prepare it. And you take it in. He's going to barak you, which will bestow a benefit or a gift upon you. You're trying to get something, and you've done nothing that the Abba hob, that he hobbs. So you keep looking at these people that though they possess something that's unobtainable. That's why our people can't see salvation for themselves. When we read the quote unquote, what I'm talking, let's go back to before where we at now. Still, we got that same somewhat mindset. Everything that you read about those people, those are people that are elites that you could never be. Everybody agree with that? Is that how we saw those people? Whoever read that thought they could be Mushah or be somebody with that favor? Who thought they could be Yahushua, who they called Joshua, and they could be somebody with that kind of favor? Or Abraham? Or any of the people, Daoud, they called David. Who would have thought, I could be just like him? Nobody. Because the way they gave it to it, everything looks unobtainable. But when you know the will of Alahym, then you could perform the service. That's the same thing when it came to the Kohan. You had to be taught how to do the service. This isn't just something that just bestowed upon a man. Y'all got it. You had to be taught the service. Once you understand the platform and how things work, then you can perform the service. That's the same thing with us. The favor, the Khan that they have Alahym, you could obtain if you're willing to learn what the will of Alahym is. When we read that thing, let me say, that's how. Romans 15:4. Listen.
For whatever Nika taught before, Nika taught to Lamadas, so that through endurance and through Nakum of the Ketubim, we might have Tikva.
That's right. Through the comfort of the writings, we might have Tikva. And you think about how many times we've been down, depressed, just right at just the verge of suicide or whatever, and we had this in our possession. That's dangerous. Because it just shows you can have knowledge of something and not know how to properly use it. And that's the thing, and just use it for example, but in a good sense for him, but just to get us understanding. When Daoud was going up to fight Goliath, Shaul had given him his armor, which is what he wore and what he wore in battle. And when Daoud said he started to go, but what happened? I don't know how to use it. I don't know how it actually works. So it wouldn't make sense to take it. He realized, why would I take it? I don't know how to use it. I don't know if this will work. And that's what happens with us. When we're told things that Alahym requires from us or things Alahym desire us to do, for us, it's kind of hard to do for the sake we don't know if it'll actually work for us. When we read the book, we realize and we see it work for them, and that's where we leave it at. It worked for them. It makes sense that Daoud could take out Goliath with a stone that will sink inside of his head, and this man will fall out and die, and this man was a champion and a killer. That just makes sense for him. But does that actually make sense for you? No, it's not. So you know good and well it ain't gonna work for you. So you know you're not gonna try it, and that's because Alahym was with him, and he had favor with Alahym. If you have favor with Alahym, and that's only you just subscribing to and doing and performing, what does he want you to do? Alahym will grant you that. For you don't have to literally take a rock and sink it into the head of a person, but there are other feats that you can accomplish with Alahym. Sometimes when we get stuck at, we need to turn water to wine. You don't even drink. You haven't been in a situation where somebody needed wine turned into water. All these things were for a reasoning. All you got to look at him working for you, working things out for you, and setting you up for the plan of salvation. Salvation is simply, I think we'll look at kind of like a retirement plan. Say you're in your 20s What do you start doing? Anybody know about these retirement plans? What they typically tell you to do? Aggressive. That's what I want, aggressive. Aggressive. You know what's amazing about that? And the reason you're aggressive, because as you get older, they'll tell you start taking less risk because you're closer to going out. Correct? You know, he told us, remember now your creator and day of you before retirement comes. So that's why we have to see everything. They took everything from your book. These people are not geniuses. Look, go in your house, take somebody. You know how many people can take stuff in your house and make a meal with it? You said, I didn't even know I had this in here. Because you're not familiar with everything. And what they do, these people don't tell. A lot of stuff people take, they take stuff in your house or redesign stuff and take some of your clothes, put it, you say, Dad, look, I never thought of putting it together. It's some people that's knowledgeable about how to do that, by taking your own stuff and showing you how good it looks, if you just know how to pattern and put it together. Well, this is what we're looking at when it comes to salvation. This is your book. This is your wardrobe, okay? This is your savings plan. This is your retirement plan. Nobody just really sat down and teach you how it works. Now's your time to be aggressive before retirement comes, before the time draw nigh. Y'all got it? So it's important for us to learn how to go through this book and understand the benefit packages. There are benefits in us waiting on him. There's benefits on us putting our confidence in him. But you have to believe that. The stories that I will use stories, but these are true facts that we'll read about and that we do read about are events that could happen to you and have some similarities. You can have some similarity to some of the people that we read about in a situation, and he can work them out for you. How many of y'all got a person that's like 9 foot tall and they're the smallest person in their family, and they got 6 fingers on one hand, and they threaten to kill you and everybody that you related to? Anybody? So a slingshot and some stones on a bag ain't gonna work for you. So stop looking for that. Let's deal with what you're dealing with today. You got some giants in your life that you need to conquer and you need to take out. And you need to take down because they're killing you. They're killing you and everything around you, and that's what you got to learn how to defeat. So we got to learn how to use it. Like he told us, the weapons are warfare. So why am I praying to Alahym to give me a slingshot like David, that they call it, and give me the power to sling that rock? And I just told you, your weapons are not carnal. They mighty through me. I'm pulling out walls, barriers, things that head you in, things that hold you and keep you from. These are the feats that you're fighting right now. There are so many things but why you think you can't be saved? Because you've been boxed in. So we got to tear that wall down. And guess what you want? A slingshot and 5 smooth stones out of a brook. Just tell me how this is going to work. You walled in. What can you do? You walled in every side. What comes to your mind right now? David. King David. I'm just giving you a scenario. That comes to your mind there. And now the Lord has just give you a slingshot and a shepherd bag with some stuff. How would it get you out that wall? But that's what people see. Some of the stuff you asking for, why it didn't work for you, because that ain't your situation. Start looking at your situation. A lot of things people ask for, they live for, that's not your situation. You got other ends that got to come down. Now you look at somebody like Gideon. When they were going into a city, the city was walled in. But they walked around that city. And on Shabbat, on the Sabbath, on Shabbat, the 7th day, they walked around it 7 times. When they shouted, what happened with it? The wall came tumbling down. That's what you need. You need for this to happen for you. There are walls that keep us out. There are walls that keep us in sometimes. And these are things you need to look at. What exactly is your situation so you know what to ask him for and realize what actually fits you. Now, reading the story about Daud, I don't need a stone and a bag to kill a giant, but there are other things that come up in my life, and I realize the courage that he had, the confidence that he had in Yahuwah is what I like to possess. Y'all got it? That I don't let something look like it's bigger than who I serve. And that's what we try to learn from situations. A lot of times we'll let things just take us out before we even try to. We take on the fear because it's talking and we believe it can do so much when it actually can't. When Pelotus came and told Yahushua, who they call Pilate, that don't answer me a word. Don't you know I have authority that I could have you kill or let you live? Talk similar kind of like Goliath. And you saw how Yahushua took them stones out in that slingshot. He had the courage of Dawood. He let him know, you don't have no power over me except they were giving you from Shamayim. I heard people talking like you before. And I refuse to give in to the threat and the fear of. I refuse to buy into the psychosis that you control my destiny. And that's what we learned from the courage that he had. So I need us to stop looking at people when we read through our Sefer in the scrolls, the books, and stop looking for that exact situation to happen, but learn how to take from it. You got it? And learn how to use and focal in on situations that come at you. That's why a lot of our people stay defeated. Because, you know, they looking to get to the water, and the water's the old mug. Every morning, they go stand on a creek, and they wait for it to divide. The bastard can step over the creek. And they just want him to do it just so they'll see what happened. That's not your situation. Where's the army that's trapping you? Where's the army that got you combating you can't get across? See, we keep wanting to work something. It ain't for your salvation. It's for you to just have something that won't even feed. And then when he does things for us, this is something that's key for us to know. Okay? Him bringing them out, them coming through the Red Sea, was just as much for us as it was for them. Whatsoever things were written for a time, what happened? Who went through the Red Sea, us or them? Who reading about them going through? Who was it written for? And who did the actions? See, everything they did was more for us than it was for them. It's for our Nakum. You don't think that was a benefit to them, the fact they were carried through and they were cleansed and they made it to the other side and Pharaoh's army moved and his whole army moved, they died, they were murdered, they were slaughtered? He said, but that was for you. That was for you. Because I know that you were going, I know you. And when I say I know you, he knows us. When I'm saying I know you, that's including Tony Smith. And I know you, and you'll let things get bigger than what they are. You'll get afraid, you'll freak out at the first sign of something. And you'll be ready to quit and blame it on them and where they was, and they were special. What you think you are? I only let them do all of that so you can read and you can benefit from it. All of what they did was more for you than it was for them. Hello? Let's see. 1 Corinthians 10:1. Because you know what? We never looked at it like that. Let me see. See if that's, where you do that, is that, oh shoot, 22, 28. Right quick, see if that your cause a call. Why am I thinking? You ever might let a little arm, just let it break, just break it for a second. I don't want to make no icicles, I just want to break it, just a minute, second. 22, no. Let me see 28 and 1. Hold on, let me see. No. Should have been about the Malacca Tyree. What's I want? That's 28. Is it 32? 30? 46? 26. Okay. I know. Your cause a call. Yeah. 27. Yeah. Cause a call. $26 and 1. Now come over. This is 26 and 1. Let's see. I don't want it on long. I just want to break it a little bit. All right, let's see. Listen.
And it was in the 11th Shana, on the first of the Yarik, the Debar of Yahuwah came to me saying, Ben of Ish, Ben of Adam, because Tyre has said concerning Jerusalem, Aha, the gateway of the arm is broken. It has opened to me. I shall be filled now that she is laid waste.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, thus says my Adon Yahuwah.
No, 28. 28, I was right. 28:1. I said 28 too, didn't I? I did, yeah. But I mean, that's. Let me tell you what happened. I used to could remember this stuff, but I'll be honest with you. I mean, oh my goodness. I traded in now for understanding. When we had to change up a lot of stuff, you had to erase your mind of what you remember. I knew what a lot of stuff was, but the understanding of a lot of things are different. Because a lot of things we learned in past was a lot of surface. Now we try to get more in depth to understanding and comprehension. You know, just being, as Shaul said, and which was so eloquent spoken, who was one of my favorite writers. I'd rather speak 5 words with understanding than 10,000 that have no understanding. I'd rather speak a few, or know a few and understand them, than to say I have a memory to all of these writings or where they at, but you don't have the understanding to them. Okay? That's more important for us. Let's see what he does. 28:1, listen.
The Debar of Yahuwah came to me saying, Ben of Adam, say to the leader of Sur, thus says my Adon, Yahuwah, because your lob is lifted up.
And?
You have said, I am mighty one.
This would be like Alahym.
I sit in the seat of Alahym in the lob of the Yom, yet you are a Ish and not all Alahym, although you made your lob like the lob of Alahym.
See that? Limitations. He was talking about how he sat in the heart in the midst of the sea, in the Yom. All these things he had, he wanted to let them know. Yeah, and you can set your heart as Alahym. You ain't gonna believe what you are. You're Ish and. So everything I've been telling you, all right, by knowing who you are. It's something like what people do. People are falling, they'll crash. I be doing everything I can, and I be going and be doing, look like stuff will just happen. I be doing it right. It's because you got to know where you are. Everything grounds you for a reason. Man got limitations. He know what the limitations are. Man need to know his limitations. A lot of, yeah, sometimes you need to do little stuff like scratch yourself or kick something or hurt something because you're a man, you're not Alahym. You're not the mighty one. He granted certain things to it, but he wants man to keep in contact or keep in context who he is. Y'all got it? That's the truth. You got to understand who you are. These are put here for a reason. There's a rationale to it. You might not believe it, but it is. Let's see what happens. Listen.
Behold, you are wiser than Daniel.
Come on.
Every one of secret things are not hidden to you.
What you think? What kind of person you think you are? If there's no secret that you don't know, where you think this will put you at? Come on, everything ain't nothing that's secret. There's nothing I don't know. Things that other people wrestle with, they can't figure. That's complex and puzzling. He said, you know that. You know that. He said, ain't nothing hidden from you. Come on.
By your wisdom
and
by understanding,
what you done?
You have acquired riches for yourself.
Listen.
And have acquired gold and silver for your treasury.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, slow down. Hold on for a second. That's 5. Now go back to 4 for a second. 4. That's it for silver. Yeah, it did do that. Okay, come on.
By your great wisdom, by your trade, you have increased your riches, and your lob is lifted up because of your riches.
See that? Listen what happened.
Therefore, thus says my Adon Yahuwah, because you have made your lob like the lob of Alahym.
What happened? Listen.
Therefore, behold, I shall bring strangers upon you, the most ruthless of the Goyim, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of your wisdom and defile your splendor.
Come on.
They shall bring you down in the pit to the pit, and you shall moot the moot of those who are slain in the lob of the young.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
Shall you shall you still say, I am Alahym, in the presence of your slayer, though you are a Ish, and not Alahym, in the hands of those who wound you?
Come on.
You shall moot the moot of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken, declares my Adon Yahuwah.
See, now, all these things came down, he talked about him and how he gathered up his riches, and that his riches drew him away. See, that's why at being man, there's a balance. There has to be a balance with everything you do. Let's see something. See that the 30th chapter of the book of Mashalim. We'll do 30 and 1. I call 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. Some kind of way it gets all of the tie-in. So. They call it Proverb Mashalim. 30 and 1. Which is a byword, Proverb Mashalim. Let's see. Listen.
The Dabarim of Agur, the Ben of Yakah, the oracle, the Ish declares to Ithial, and Ukal. Surely I am more stupid than any Ish, and I do not have the understanding of an Ish.
Listen.
Neither have I learned wisdom, but I do know the knowledge of the Kodash One.
And that's what I try to tell him. Let's see what he told us.
Who has ascended into the Shamayim and descended, who has gathered the wind in his fist, who has wrapped the Mayim in his garment, who has established all the ends of the Arats. What is his Shem?
What is his what?
Shem.
What is his what?
Shem.
Or?
What is his Ben Shem?
Surely.
You know.
He asked the question, he said, surely you know. And the thing when he tried to let you know, he said, I'm way dumber than young. Which would make sense when Shaul would tell us how he counted all things but dung, that he might obtain. Y'all not familiar with that? Should be. Let me see, Philippians. Let's see right quick. We'll come back. Philippians chapter 2. What's that? 2, 7. No, 2 low down. 4. Let me see, 2. Let's see, Philippians 2, isn't it? Philippians 2 is the earlier Philippians. 3 and 8. Do 3 and 5. We're going to start moving closer. Them apostles will do that. Listen. Listen.
That I was circumcised 8 Yamim old of the Beni of Yasharal, of the Matah of Benyamim, a Abri of the Abrim, as to the Torah, a Perush.
Parush, yeah, like they'll call the Pharisees, which means he was a teacher. Come on.
According to zeal,
A separatist,
a persecutor of the assembly, of the Adah. According to the Siddiq of the Torah, faultless.
Blameless.
But what things were gains to me, those things I have considered as loss on account of the Mashiach. And I also consider all things to be lost because of the excellence of knowledge of Yahushua, the Mashiach, my Adon, for him I have lost my Nafash from all these things, and consider them to distract me from the gain of the Mashiach and to be found in him.
So now, when looking at these things, see, and why I count him such a great writer, because if you go back through your tour and you read, a lot of his statements make a lot more clear, because he looked at all these things that when the writer asked us in the book of Mashalim, he explicitly let us know that I am more dumber than any man you could think of. Surely I don't have any of this knowledge, this information, but the knowledge of the Kodash One, I do have. Now I'm going to ask you people with all this knowledge and understanding, he wants to know who has gathered the wind in his fist. Who has gathered all this ma'im and done these different things. He said, and then he want to know what is his Shem and what is the name of his Ben Shem. If you can tell me, because surely you know. trying to show you these wisdom that a lot of time we put a lot of emphasis on, don't equate or don't, measure out unto salvation. So you look at Shaul, let us know about his knowledge and what he done. He looked at, I was circumcised on the 8th day. That's according to our Torah for every man child. He let you know I'm from the Matah of Benjamin, which is one of the sons. And this is the one he begot in his old age. All these different things he started to let know. He said, then I'm a parashim, which is a separatist. We're teachers and we're separatists from other people that contaminate themselves, that would do things contrary to law. We separate ourselves from those people. He said, but all these things, he said, I count them but lost that I might obtain the excellency of the Most High. See, that's what the writer was trying to get us to look at. And Yahushua told her, what would it profit a man to gain all this stuff and then lose his nephesh? If you saw, he told us that he said, I lost my nephesh, disconnected it from these things, that I might obtain the salvation that comes from the Mashiach. A lot of these things that we read, you have to really sit down and take them in contrast and understand what he's trying to get us to see. There are a lot of things that you really have to do if you're going to be saved that we have not done. There are a lot of things you have to do. A lot of these things, you have to be able to possess things and things not possess you. You got to be able to have things and have nothing. Huh? You have to be able to know things but know nothing when it comes down to his knowledge and his teaching, that you'll be open and that you'll become a student of. A lot of times we don't want to be students because students got to be corrected. Students got to be taught. Students got to be led, and a lot of times we don't want that. But in order for you to be saved, you got to understand it. That's the only reason we're here. And we got a man looking at everything he had. He said, that when you say I'm circumcised on the 8th day for people that are the Yahudim, we understand what that means. That's a credit to, okay, that's our Torah. I'm a Benjamin, respected. All these things, even with Yahushua, you would know he would be similar to Benjamin for the fact when we wind up seeing him in the basal, in the flesh, it was in Yahuwah's old age. He was in his old age. So it made sense for him to be Benjamin. Hello? The first one he had, he lost him. And that's the same thing that Yaakov tried to tell us about his, didn't it? He said, my other son, I lost him. Surely he was slain by some ravenous beast. He said, but this one, my wife, she gave me this one. He said, something happened to him. He said, I'll take my gray head to the grave. And that's what happened. So now we try to sit back and we try to understand. A lot of time, even with us, and what we'll count, we'll look at, okay, let the knowledge of the world go. That don't mean you forget everything, but you don't use that as your defense now. Y'all got it a lot of times. I'm trying to forget how to spell count 2 plus 2 so I can be saved. That should add up to you just still a dummy. Add that up and you're a dummy. He's not talking about a lot of things that we know. We use that for our claim to fame, to our existence, my degree, what I've accomplished, my craft, my skills. And we'll use this as though this is my roadmap or this gets me through life. He said, I let all that go. And he said, now, what he was talking about was the knowledge of the Arites from the writer Marshall Lee. But it comes to Shaul talking about things that he possessed that he thought was his claim to salvation from our Torah. He said, I count all that but loss. I wouldn't use being circumcised the 8th day as a defense now. He said, I wouldn't use my attachment to Benjamin because everybody had to come under Yehuda. But if you're going to hold your matah, it's going to be hard for you to do that. Everybody had to come under Yehuda. Hello? It's going to be hard to do that if your claim to fame is your matah. You see, a lot of things, that's what I'm saying. Everything is about really submitting yourself to being willing to let everything go. We'll look at everything we know about the Torah. A lot of things had to be redirected. A lot of things we had to go back and reconsider. And a lot of people say, I've been holding this all my life and it's always been like that, and that's going to keep you from getting in. Because a lot of things that you'll hold to will be some of the very little things can be key components that keep you from getting in. Hello? I mean, look what the man told us. Is this the next verse or this the verse we left off at? And I also consider all things to be lost because of the excellence of the knowledge of Yahushua the Mashiach, my Adon, my master, for which for him I have lost my nephesh from all these things, and consider them to distract me from the gain of the Mashiach and to be found in him. He said, don't keep me back because I don't keep holding to Benjamin. He came from Yehuda. It says every day he sprang from Yehuda. So if I'm holding my attachment to Benjamin, it's going to be a problem. It's going to distract me. He said a lot of things I've done, it's going to distract me. And you know what we do? We keep a lot of distractions. Now y'all come in, you distracted. You're constantly distracted because of things you try to hold to. He said, I'm looking at these things, it'll weigh on you. And you'll keep things on you and it'll weigh on you, but it'll keep you from obtaining. So a lot of times people think, well, everything in the book, just got to keep it, got to keep it. This was for, how is everybody going to come into one if everybody going to hold to what they got? It's not going to happen. Everybody got to come up under this one. Hello? The same way they had to do when it came from, let me ask you something. So when Mizraim was the possessor of grain, what did everybody, every other nation had to do? They could have held to what they had. Instead, that's what's going to happen now. We're going to perish. Because we're going to hold to some Israelite doctrine we done picked up from some people. Everybody that come under him. He was our salvation. That's our Yeshua. That was the only reason why we went there. It put them and it put people at a point of brink of starvation to get them there. They realize you got to listen. When our Abba, which are our fathers, when we left to go into Mizraim, we couldn't even take the stuff we had with us. Pharaoh even Amon that we did. He told us, need them clothes. How many of y'all know? He told, we couldn't bring that stuff with us. He told them to leave that stuff. So everything when Yahushua started talking about us being possessed and he going to clothe us and all these different things, this is not far-fetched for us. We didn't take anything in the Mizraim. Pharaoh told us, don't bring that stuff. Why are you bringing that stuff here? What did it profit you? Where you were, you were going to die. Why are you bringing that stuff here? You had to come here for salvation. Why are you bringing it with you? It didn't help you where you at. How's it going to help you here? Wow. That's why he's not going to let you take that flesh up, though. Because it ain't going to benefit you. See if that's 47 and 1, I might be where I want. Ba Rashid. This hard for y'all to understand it. That's because we'll hold on to stuff and it's not going to benefit you. I'm saying for 47 and 1. Let's see, 47 and 1, that might be what I want. Let me see. Let me see that's what I want. Listen.
Then Joseph went in and told Pharaoh and said, my Abba and my Alahym and their flocks and their herds and all that is theirs have come out of the Arats of Canaan, and behold, they are in the Arats.
So 46 is what I want. 46. I'm probably 46. Let me see. Take me out. Say 46 and 1. I'm going to read down. Let's say it's been a while. Let me see. So I'm going to be 45. Talking about the middle of 45. Yeah, drop down. About middle ways, probably. Middle, yeah. 45, 17. Well, come on down. It says 17. Okay. 45, 17. Oh. Listen.
Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, say to your Alahym, do this, load your beast and go to the Arats of Canaan. And take your Abba and your Beth and come to me, and I shall give you the best of the Arats of Mizraim, and you shall eat the fat of the Arats.
See that? What the land produced. Come on.
Now you are ordered, do this, take your wagons from the Arats of Mizraim, for your little ones and for your Nashim, and bring your Abba and come. Do not concern yourselves with your goods, for the best of all the Arats of Mizraim, that it shall be to you.
Let's see what 21 say.
Then the Banim of Yasharal did so, and Joseph gave them wagons, according to the command of Pharaoh, and gave them provisions for the journey.
So, let's see what, let's see what it did.
To each of them he gave each changes of garments.
Wow.
But to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5
Kesef.
changes of garments.
Kesef. So this is what I want y'all to consider. Yahushua has asked us to forsake all we had, to give up what we had to come with him. Okay? Now, that's a little far-fetched to ask somebody without having something that we can kind of compare this to. Let me see. Let's say that 3 and 16, Kazum, they call Revelation. Because a lot of this that you look at, if you don't look at it from how they saw it from a carnal spec, hold on. Kazum, let's see what I want. 3 and 16. This ain't the only thing. Let me see. Listen.
So, because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, therefore I shall spit you out of my paw.
That's some of y'all. They're spiritless, just lifeless. Nothing going. They're mediocre. Go ahead.
Because you say, but I am rich, and I found strength, and have no need of anything, and you do not know that you are wretched, and miserable,
And
poor,
and
blind, naked.
go ahead.
I counsel you to buy from me gold refined by fire, so that you may become rich, and white garments, so that you may clothe yourself, and that the shame of your nakedness shall not be revealed, and Mashiach your with salve, so that you may see.
Well, let me see. Probably not my best of what I would have used, but in that, just getting y'all to understand him clothing us and us getting a place prepared for us. He told us that he was going. Let not our laws be, what was it? If you did what? Do what he said. Because then his Abba best was, if it was not so, what was he going to do? That, and that where I am. So that was, Yosef was a good enough story for you to realize. You ain't gonna believe it. He thought Yosef was dead. And that thing worried him to death. He was not worried about Yosef. He brought the story up on several accounts when Pharaoh, when Yosef, who he didn't know was his Ben, was still alive, asked him to bring Benjamin. And he let him know that my wife got me 2. One was killed by a ravenous beast, and if something happened to this one, it'll carry my gray head to the ground, to the grave. That worried that man. And Yahushua told you, don't let your Lord be troubled. If you believe in Alahym, among Alahym, you can among in me. Because you ain't gonna believe when he got to Pharaoh. Pharaoh didn't tell me he could stay right there. He said, I got other lands I could put y'all in. So they start looking at many mansions. They use mansions because then you start thinking like white people, these houses in California. He didn't know it's that I have that much room, that I have that much space I can give you guys, that you will be the only one to possess this. If it wasn't so, I would have told you. Now, why you think they would jump up and leave everything they had and just go to Pharaoh? In the hands? I want you to think logically. Yes, sir. Logically. Pharaoh has something better than what they had. Based off of what? He said based off the family. What you gonna say to what? I can't hear you.
Based off
That's why they went there and saw it for themselves. They saw Joseph. They saw the land. Why would I jump up and just ride off with somebody and leave everything I got because somebody said it? Does this make common sense to you? We serve like idiots. Why you think that daddy was finna jump up here and just, even if it came to Benjamin, Yehuda had to leave a ransom. He had to make his own kids ransom. That's stupid. Let me get this straight. You telling me the man said to send my only son that I have by his wife, whom I heart, by the way, based off of y'all niggas? Some conversations y'all got, and y'all got some other brothers already jammed up here. This ain't good. I got 2 other boys jammed up over him being kept for ransom. And now you tell me unless this one comes, this don't make no sense. But he did let them know, Yehuda let them know, I'll be sure to my kids. You see, they're the only people, see, you don't think. Nobody thinks like you. It makes absolutely no sense that I send off a son, my youngest son, I'm gonna send him off. Based off of y'all niggas. Based off the stuff y'all said. That make common sense. I need a ransom. I need something to hold until. Wow. See, y'all ain't smarter than tomorrow. And she dressed herself like a whore. She's just gonna sit around there, wait on the corner, wait on somebody to just send her back a goat. She said, what it is on your wrist? Let me get that ring and that bracelet and that staff till you send it. What I'm supposed to do? I'm up here and pretend to be a whore. You could be pretending you're gonna send something back. Y'all done gave up all the booty, laid out, doo-dooed up on the corner, and nobody show up. His word was he was gonna do what he said. Why would she ask for a staff, for the staff, the ring, and the bracelet? I need something until I get it.
That's right.
You ask for nothing. Lord, don't send me nothing. I'm so stupid, I just wait. And that's why you've been in the condition you've been in. We men. That don't make common sense. I'm just going to jump up, leave everything I got, and pop up somewhere. What if the place don't exist? Those guys had been there. They seen it. They seen that Joseph is the second highest ruler in the land. The man sent something back to fetch them. Wow. You don't read to try to verify nothing. You don't look at, we're men. That's what he was trying to tell them. Listen, why wouldn't that be a great thing that you would sit here and your heart was set like Alahym? Why wouldn't it? But there are some other things you've done, and he said, I need to make sure you can differentiate between the two to realize where your man is and where your heart is. You have to be very careful going, this for everybody. We have to be ever so careful about this. Listen, you can be persuaded, you can be moved. Solomon, who they call Solomon, was the richest malak that we knew at the time. They still say something to this day that there's never been a man richer than he has been to this day. Because of the gold, the silver, and all the things he was given in abundance. But this man failed. This man also knew how to traffic. He knew how to trade. He was smarter than anybody he did business with. And what this man wound up doing? Falling. The man had wisdom. The Malcart that they caught was they used the Queen of Sheba, don't know her name. We know from Sheba, it said that she was of Sheba. They never told us her name was Sheba, but anyway. The fact that she came to see and hear the wisdom of, she told her, I done heard it, but now I done seen it. We're the only people sit around, we just take everything. Why does woman travel all the way there to come and see for herself? Because a lot of folk talking, I want to see. I want to ask you hard questions. I want to see, can you answer them? I want to see your Aberdeen, your men servant. I want to see your women servant. I want to see that you actually possess all this that you're saying. Why we don't want to do that? I ain't got to do it. I'm so stupid, I just sit here, I don't need no nothing. I just stay dumb and stupid and just wait to go to heaven. Makes sense for you to question and look to make sure you got rationality. Those people ain't going nowhere. That man ain't going nowhere till he knows it's true. The man sent something back, it's evident, it proved. You don't have to bring it in. The boy tell you, I was there, I seen it. It's just like he said it. The land is there. The goods are there. It can sustain us. It can provide for us. How big you think Goshen is? They went there 78 people, and yet they wound up coming out hundreds of thousands. The land was able to grow to sustain hundreds of thousands of people. They only went in 78 people and came out a multitude. That's what Yahuwah do for you. They didn't get to Goshen and then had to go and hook some other land. Goshen was that big to sustain. Yahuwah, listen. None to him that's able to do more than we can think or ask. You thought it. He said, I do way more than that. You asked. I got more than that too. But you got to be practical. The reason why I'm talking to y'all like this, because if you don't, listen, Satan has a way to play with your mind. Satan has a way to put you in a disbelief and put you into your questioning. It makes sense. He had to write it and let it be known this way. It don't make sense that you trying to convince me to just come and do something. It don't make no sense. Nothing we do makes sense. We shall come down. Somebody tell her, hey man, you ready to go? Come on, get y'all. Come on. We finna go. We finna get out of here. See, he don't know no better. Them folk wasn't going nowhere. He said, Mushal said, listen, when I go in here and start dropping this thing down and the thing turns to soap and pick it up and pick that thing up. When I turn this water into the dumb, make it red, when I do all this stuff and when I make gnats come in here and I make frogs come out the water, all this stuff, he said, when I do all this stuff, he's not get through. When I take the hand and shove it in my shirt and pull out his white, put it back in here and it's black, he said, man, they gonna wanna know what your name is. I mean, what's your name? What's your name? That's how, man, that stuff, all that, you know what he said? I don't need to know no name, I'm just ready to go. Not us. Because see, when we went, it was all contingent upon a promise that I'm going to come and get, you know, sometimes people use code word with their kid. If I say somebody, tell them blue. Right. Tell them blue. They know blue. Pull up and say, hey, come go with me, be looking around like, I don't know, blue. That's the way I got to go. Because my Abba taught me blue was the code word. Them folk were told, Abraham was told that in their fourth Tuledah, in 400 years, I was coming to get them. They knew, what is his name? I'm not jumping no car. I'm not riding no chair. I ain't walking out of here until I get a name. Hell and high water can come. I'm not going nowhere until I get a name. Not a spirit. Spirit. And yet your book told you, what was that about spirit? Don't believe it. So how many of them is it?
A lot of them.
I'm just popping out of here because some wind start turning. Why would he tell me don't believe every one of them? Because don't forget, there's also a lying one too. See, that's why I tell people, wise people do too much moving. You have to question. I'm a man. Why would I ask questions? Why would I just pop in here because of door? Whew, that door. That's him. Based off of what? We the only people. Why would they ask for a name? This is what I may say they don't think about. Why would they ask for a name? Because they had to know it. Oh man, okay, you told me your name. All right, I don't know name. You say your name, Justin. What that mean to me? Unless it's attached to something, correct? You can't just, I'm just using something, Justin, his name. What is that attached to? Abraham would have known who he was, which means the name of it, we want to know what is his name. Think about all this going on. This man just showed, watch this. Gnats everywhere. Gnats go. Frog, watch this. Pour water here. Everything turn red. Pour back here. Water come back clear. All this stuff happening. What's his name? Code word for name. It's a lot of signs out here. I'm not supposed to believe everything that happened. Because guess what we found out too? Pharaoh and them could work signs too. So why don't I just stay with them? Unless there was some to certify. That's why it's important to know the name. See, we just been doing stuff. You ain't got no, just jumping and running. There had to be consistency. Nobody does this stuff. Right now, when everybody just take all you just get it, leave it. Based on what? Nobody was doing that stuff unless they knew those people saw that this man was able. This man sent provisions. Leave everything you got. You don't need nothing. Get out here and ask me hungry. All day the stomach growling. And you got to ask yourself, Did that make sense? Did you see that man handing money by you something to eat? Oh, no, man. Did you say, look, why did you not take something to eat? Because he said, that don't make sense. What did you see? What did you see? What do you know to make you believe what you believe? Listen, none of us can afford to be stupid no more. It sounds good. It look like you got faith. Let Kevin have faith. We're going to have now. I don't want no faith. I want now. I want something that's built on, that's solid. I don't need nothing abstract. Don't exist. I can't prove. I don't need no answer for it. Let somebody, no one else we know had, no one else had done this. No one else has done this before. Why are you doing it? No one has done it. Daoud, by faith, come on, hypothetical. You can lie. By faith, I'm finna fight him. I don't know what God could do. I ain't never seen God do nothing. I just believe in my heart also. Based off of what? What did this man contest these people tell him? I kept sheep for my father. What came? A bear. How many guys can fight a bear? It takes probably almost 10 men to hold a bear, fight a bear. And there came Ari, a lion. I went out and I slaughtered them. And I delivered the sheep out of his mouth. Alahym was with me. That's my confidence to fight. I'm not fighting nobody with no damn faith. Faith everybody takes, she got to go home and cook. I got faith. Faith, why don't get home to cook? Or try to sell a property. They ain't gonna holler. You know what I'm saying? Now where your faith at? See that? I'm only talking to y'all like this because we got to be practical about what we're doing. Yeah, there are some things that are on a higher level of understanding, but you got to look at the people who he established the relationship with. These people saw it on a plainer note. He's using these people for me to gather my confidence, to get my comfort level, to get my understanding based off of them who saw these things on just principal things. Everything I got is outside this building, out the world. Everything he's doing me in a mysterious universe somewhere. Why none of these people talked about it? When these people confess, if my people was to turn, which called by my shin, what would they have to do? And do what? Seek my face. To allow turn from their wicked ways. Then I will hear from Shamin. I'll forgive their kataim, their sin, and I'll do what to the land? And what I'm going to do to Satan? What they got to do to Satan? Confess that Satan, they had to turn from Satan. You notice when you read in your first writing, how much reading do you really get about Satan? When do y'all ever remember them confessing about Satan? Satan is, man, he weighing me out. Jesus, you just the Lord Jesus. Woo, he killing me. Satan ain't giving me a break. You don't find this kind of odd? These folk weren't never confessing about Satan. We don't exist. We said, well, they didn't know. You know what they didn't understand? It's all about the will. Because why would they confess about what they done? Why would he talking about them turning? Because people don't use it. We use Satan to credit. That devil, you know what I mean? Devil weighing me out. You know how he is. Nobody used that stuff but us. Nobody used it. And we always use it for an excuse. Everybody need it's a cop out now. Well, we know it working. We know like you said, we know the Shah of this Arat, the ruler of this Arat, but at the same time, we use a lot of things for crutches. Because there's certain things we do. You don't put your hand on that woman, Teddy. He don't make her do nothing. All these are choices. We give credence to him for the fact we submit to him. Alahym got a will too. That's right. It's a matter of really sitting down and choosing the will. Because you read when we read our first, I call it first Berith, our first covenant, they call it Old Testament, which I don't like in a lot of sense because it almost try to use to the fact that since it's old, it's kind of antique and it's not used anymore. It's ancient, it's forgotten. It's not forgotten. It's still very much prevalent. I'm just telling you what we got to set, man, you got to start considering. You can keep using them for your credit, but at some point you got to take some justification. Because when Unit was on the ship, he did confess how Satan had messed his mind up. What'd you say the fault was? And Satan did what he said Satan had? Man said the fault was in him. Because Yahuwah had told him what to do. He did differently. We're not saying Satan don't exist, so please don't think that's my teaching. I'm just saying it's amazing when we're not first, but real, folk weren't using it the way we use it. Folks just didn't use it to a Christ. People acknowledge Alahym, they acknowledge a different will. Now, Ka'ur did bring him up in the gun. And after that, we don't get a whole lot of talking about him, do we? He used them talk about there was a day in Shamayim. So they didn't learn devices of you. There's certain things we are responsible for. He told us to only admit that Satan had made us go wrong. That I went wrong? Contrary. And Satan made him do what? Satan made him do nothing. He said, I went contrary to you. It's not hard. See, if I'm going this way, let me borrow for a second. If I'm going this way, this is the right way, okay? You go that way. So you going contrary to me, I'm going contrary to you. See, my contrary I'm not going to, sometimes I think when we look at contrary, it's going contrary, it making it look like now he don't want a whole nother way. Now I'm going to keep going, it don't make sense for me to go wrong. Think about it. You going contrary to me, which means you went a different way. So what it sound like I did? That don't make sense. That means I got off the path. I'm only going contrary to you because you're going contrary to me. But if you turn, then man, you'll be right back in harmony. And that making sense to y'all? Because people have just told us so much stuff. They just mess up. I'm being able to tell people not honest. People that just told us a lot of stuff. You think about it, don't make sense. Because we think a certain type of way, it really hurts us more than it helps us. Because everything you keep trying to embody in your mind, you just like, this stuff don't sound practical. I'm a human being, it's not practical. That's why a lot of people quit and leave, because it don't make sense. Give up everything under hopes of something you ain't never seen. Where's your evidence to anything? You got any witnesses to it? All your witnesses got to be in your heart. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. We're reading about attribute acts, and you're looking at these people because these people are carnal. There are things that have to happen. That man told Luke to get out of town, the city. What was going to happen to the city? Luke, they called him Lot. I don't know what Lut is his name. Luke. What was going to happen to the city? And you saw how fast he packed this stuff to get out of there. You know why he lingered? I got a wife here, okay? I got daughters, okay? They got husbands. That's not coming that I just pop up. Leave here now, gonna be destroyed. Got my stuff, I got to roll. Everybody on their own. That's these niggas in here ain't got nothing. When I say these niggas ain't really, that make common sense. You just get a note, the plane finna go, everything finna burn, and you just pop and start going and just walk off and just start leaving. Leave wifey, leave everybody. The man lingered. This on my heart. This is on my heart. I'm just getting this news. Give me a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Uncle Rucker, he was talking about that boy Rock had married that white girl. Say, man, a white girl. He got this sweat and talking about how nice you. He said, give me a minute, Robert. Isn't that right? That was hard on Uncle Rucker. Isn't that right? White folks smell like sprinkling spring water and stuff. He said, give me a minute, Robert. So it takes time to process some things. Now, for us, based upon the information and we consider where you have to be, I can't procrastinate the way he procrastinated, okay? Because these things were written for, what was again written for? My alignment. See, I ain't going to get the Alahym probably to come grab me and pull me out, but I'm using it them time they going to come pull me out. Let me borrow for a second, please for a second. You Luke, you kind of procrastinating around the time to go. We can't wait, we got to go. I got you out of here. The Alahym came to get you, right? Which is his messenger. Okay, I'm sitting around, I'm procrastinating. No Alahym gonna come put hands on me and pull me out. You know what's gonna do it? The Alahym that wrote that word. That's what got me moving. I could sit here and be procrastinating, and I could be left like Luke Whitewood looking back at his son-in-laws. So see, it worked for me. It benefits, for my learning to learn the Alahym. I'm with, no, he ain't right. Why he ain't got somebody to come put hands on me and pull me out? He done gave me the word. That's right. That's his messengers. That's right. So the Alahym are getting me out of here by the information. But I'm looking for somebody physically to come get me. See, working hard work, it benefits us. Nobody physically gonna come put hands and pull me. I ain't looking for that. My company is here writing to look at what can happen with me procrastinating. You don't procrastinate enough time in your life. How many of y'all procrastinated, and it wound up being till you hurt? See? That's why I don't need anybody to pull me out. I don't learn. Me procrastinating, messing around, have done more damn me. Let me get my stuff and get the hell out of him. That's right. Keep messing around. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like me and my wife gonna be up there and Shaman ain't hugged up. So let me tell you that one time. Ain't that not here? Y'all homos? Ain't gonna be no marriage. He said ain't no marriage to giving them marriage, no Shaman. So all this stuff we got here, this just for him. So now with knowing that now you kind of have to put up a wall in relationship. Cause if those folks, it's good to have something, and it's great to have it, but you can't take that up down. Ain't gonna be one father there. Ain't gonna be but one. Ain't gonna be no marriage in that. We come to his marriage. Him come together and unify with us. Ain't gonna be no you guys. I'm gonna have my wedding the same day. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. These are things we do here. Y'all got it. So a lot of things, that's why he tried to get us on, although some of us have and don't have, is to understand. And some of these will be a defense and it'll be a snare to some of us. Some people got them, it's a snare to them. Some people gonna go right to Sheol with their spouse. Because I don't know when to detach. Okay, I'm trying to help you. We get ready to go up, you gotta do just like that space shuttle. You gotta let something go. To get all the way out of here, what that space shuttle do? I let all that go. That's what Shaul did. He put a space shuttle on him. He said, I got to let. Amazing. Notice they keep dropping stuff out of high to go up. You see it breaking up in order to go higher. What you gonna have to do? You gonna have to let something go in order to go higher. And see, that's on a carnal world, a carnal thing, but you understand. You know they realize the more they go up, it's a weight. Guess what happened? The more you start to get more information, you start identifying your weights. You identify your weight. You know why some folks don't identify? Because they ain't went nowhere. You know that space shuttle on the ground, it can stay complete. As long as you want to stay here, keep everything you got. When you start looking at going up, you want to let some stuff go. That makes sense? Yes, sir. But I don't understand that as a man. Why you think he let me see them do that? You know, and get what you don't never see a video and they're saying, damn, we lost another one. All that damn working the thing done start separating. You know they'll never say that. You know they start doing that thing go up. Success. Get what they look. I already counted the cost. All that money I put in now was to get the top, to get to the top. I knew I had to let something go. I knew I was going to lose something. What you do? Hold everything and stay right there. You never grow. You never get nowhere. Trying to help you out. That's amazing. You know why he let me tell y'all that story like that? Because you're a man and you're not Alahym. And how many of y'all have a problem understanding that? Only way you're going to go up, you got to let something go. If you stay whole, you're going to stay right here. Y'all got it? It's not really hard to process what he's trying to get across. We just got to come in it at a different angle. Y'all got it? The way we try to attack it is a spirit come rush us and grab us. Some come over, take us quick and stop us. We got to be taught. You got to get understanding. If you don't, you'll be manipulated right out of what you get. I'm telling you, I'll manipulate you right out. And with Yahushua, he ain't come taught him with no child. He was a man. He had maturity, he had been taught. You know, he spent a lot of time inside the mashkan, being taught. He was already prepared. He already knew it was coming. Just like you already ought to know. The day coming, you're going to be tested, you're going to be tried to see what you're standing on, what you're holding to. And you got to be willing to have an understanding and know how to go through and consider you're a man. And he's going to challenge you on everything you being a man. Everything is what a man will do. What black man ain't trying to make it? What black man ain't trying to get his own? What he telling you on that's just crazy? What black man ain't trying to get his own? What man, period, ain't trying to get his own? What man ain't hungry? One time a car. Man, I'm hungry. I'm going to test you on this. I'm going to test you on everything he tests him on with things of a man. Huh? Who ain't been pissing up, they've been down and out and been felt like they've been done so bad, they can say the hell with the everything, even their spirituality. Okay, I'm making this up. When they can't eat, what did EUY tell them to do? Why you think she'll tell them that? All this believing, our kids dead. We done lost every damn thing. Now you laid up here suffering and sick and hurt. Won't you just curse the man and go ahead and die? Because he wasn't Alahym, he a man. And she saw things just like a person said. What good is your God? What good is your Alahym when all your kids are dead? Your house is burned down. You done lost everything, and you stressed out and you sick, and your ass look half dead. Won't you just curse the man and go ahead and die? You have to be in a certain place that you can tell her that you sound like a foolish woman. The average person, I appreciate that. My wife a smart lady. And he could have said, you know, Abraham listened to his wife. He told him, don't let the thing grieve. See how you, is that not book? Is it not Bible? Is it not Bible? So you can see where you can take something used in the wrong place. Because Abraham would say, all this sorrow I told you to do, do it. He told her, you sound like one of the foolish women. You're like, no, I'm holding on. It proved out for him. But now you got to ask yourself what ain't in your writing, but you got to consider what type of relationship did he have? Did his relationship start that day? Come on, man. Let's do the math. I ain't got nothing. All my kids dead. So if I don't have a seed, where's my eternal life? How do I understand eternal life? Along. From a seed, the noon. The seed has to be planted. In order to come back up, that's continuation. All my kids dead. That means everything is what? Over. Logic is curse him and quit. Here I am. I'm out here by myself. You don't even see existing if they gone. You don't even see existing. They gone. Your house gone. Everything you set up for your kids, your camels, your oxen, that's your inheritance. I have no seed, I have no inheritance, and now I'm down. What did it mean? Hold on, just a little while longer. You think that's what he was saying? Everybody around you give me the advice to quit. You're a man. See, do y'all want to be real about this whole situation? My confidence had come on through these people standing and seen the outcome of their standing, their perseverance. I wouldn't hold on if I was just where he was now when he lost everything and hadn't seen the outcome. It's because there was a better outcome at the end that built my amanah, that strengthened me, that when the time comes, Tony quit, Tony tired, Tony let it all go. The hell with everything. Can't do that. Sound like a foolish man. Sound like a foolish man. I can't just come up with that by myself. As Josh said, somebody had to teach me this. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Being practical is what you need. You don't need nobody telling you no lies. People trying to tell you, oh, y'all so spiritual. Oh, you're so spiritual. You flesh. You flesh. You're trying to encompass how to become ruach spiritual, which means to a sense, you're still flesh, but now the way you operate is according to his word. Because it comes from Alahym. Alahym is like the wind. We look at it being the spirit. It's been recorded down and been written for us. But when we take on the attributes, whatever the word prescribes for us, then now we start to operate spiritually, yet being in the flesh. Overriding nature's discipline. To what? Commit fornication, to kazab, to smoke, to drink, to be homosexual. What teaches us? What tells us not to do that? The Torah, the word, just the plain word. Plain word. It's spiritual. That's why he gave it to me, because all of these acts put me in alliance with him. When I don't lie, don't steal, don't hate, don't covet, don't rape. All these things, these are spiritual attributes. The Ruach don't do these things. So I'm taking on that mindset of it, and I don't do it, yet I'm still in the flesh. Now I'm spiritual. These bastards, why this? Spiritual. Whoa, something happened. I don't care how much I keep. I ain't going to that damn boy. He said, man, you crazy? You a man, you ain't Alahym. That wasting time, Dave. Prove that thing out. Finna walk straight through that boy. Ass gonna trip and tap something. Don't he gonna be like, don't blame me, stupid. You a man. Understand where things stop and start for you. I gave you the mindset and the ability to give you the teaching that you can walk and you can keep a discipline that I keep. Everything I tell you to do, he said, that's what I do. He said, I keep Shabbat. He said, you don't see me kazabing? He said, Alahym, and not at each day he shall lie. You said, well, I'm a man. He said, I can lie. I'm a man, but I got ruach now. I ain't got no business telling lies. Why I say I'm going to do that what I'm supposed to do. See what I'm saying? He said, man, a man that's not a Isha Alahym. See, y'all try to put yourself too far on something. Take your time. I ain't trying to run flower or nothing. If I walk and close my eye, I'm going to flip, and he intend me to hit that damn floor and hurt myself. Because you should have had your eyes open. I ain't giving you sight to be stupid. Because you trying to overstretch something to make something. I ain't trying. When I told you that? Just walk and close your eyes. Why would you do it? I just believe he with me. And go break your leg and blame him. When I told you to do that? People look for reason to try to do something outside of parameter. Well, I did tell you, when he told you don't walk by sight, you walk by now. What my sight? Let me see. What did Ka'ur see? That the ox was two for food, one to be desired. To make one, I told him don't eat from it, because the day you do, you're going to die. Now you walk by that. She walked by sight. Which means she let the flesh rule. Old dumbass gonna drive the car down the street and close his eyes. If I don't walk by sight, sure I don't drive by it. Why? Because does that make sense what I just told y'all, how we walk by not by sight? If they'd have stood on what he told them, that you're going to move, you're going to die the day you do it. But she could see it was good. You know how many times we've been messed up, we've made bad decisions based on what we see? And it goes contrary to what he told us, what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It goes contrary. They get so spiritual. That won't have concern. Because folks go so far, they ain't got a lick of understanding. They try to go too far with stuff. You take your time. The man knows how to operate. He know he can't be funneling a whole bunch of things through my mind. I process differently. He know you gotta see something. What you see? Let's make sure what you see first before we start moving. How many of y'all been to an ophthalmologist before? How many of y'all went to ophthalmologist as soon as you walked in the door, they stuck glass on? Said, listen, what they do first? Test. Tell me how they test. Charts. Then someone put the little thing in front and start just go with each eye. We want to see how each eye process everything. So we put on glasses, we want both of them to level out and they see the same thing at the same equal point. That's what he's trying to get us to do. He want to try to get us where, guess what? I'm trying to get your vision where you see everything like I see it. He said, that's a homosexual act. That's a homosexual act. He said, that's the way I see it. He said, that's wrong. He said, yeah, that's wrong. He said, you see just like I see. That's a homosexual act. I ain't too quick to be trying to call folks out their name. Because people got a trust. That's right, that was wrong. We don't see things the same way. Hello? Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Everything he tried to get in. Why you think he let Shemuel go into the house of Yashi, who they call Jesse, and let him pick? So he ain't telling nobody who. He wanted to let him go out and do your thing. He said, I ain't telling you, I told you, go tell, and I want you to Mashiach to be in a Yeshua. He got down, he looked around, boy, he walked straight, boy, he said, nope, he said, why not? I was playing anyway. I got you. He said, no. He said, don't look on for a statue. He said, because I don't see like you see. You looking on the outward appearance. He said, I'm looking at the Lord. He started looking around. He said, is this all your son? Because everybody I went to ain't the one. He said, I got one more. He out there keeping sheep. He said, go get him. He said, we won't sit down and eat till he get him. And he brought, as soon as he went in the house, he came in the house, Yahuwah said, that's him. And all he could look at said, a child? He said, that's him right now. This man gonna rule my people. He let him know. See, I was looking at the heart of this man. See, when you get that man a task, this man hate to feel his daddy. Man, let me tell you something. That thing would have killed him when he came back. We lost another one. He said, we lost another one. That was son, I kept him. He said, ain't nothing getting out this yard. Ain't nothing, listen, he said, I'm boss dog of this yard. Ain't nothing getting out this yard. I don't give a damn how big it is. It ain't coming out this yard. My dad ain't put me out here to lose nothing. I'm giving an account for everything here. That's why he could use it. He said, this man will sit here and will fight to defend. And they want to know why he picked him. Why wouldn't you? You ain't going to believe Yahuwah looked at. He said, you know what I want you to do? What is it, Yahuwah? I want you to keep my sheep. Because I know you're a defender. I know you're a defender. I know you won't let one. Even Yahushua told you. He said, man, I'll leave 99 to go get one. He said, I'll go and I'll catch her. He was the Ben of Daoud. That's why he had to favor Alahym. Someone said, hey, I mean, come on. You're going to argue about $1 because you're trying to have 100. Man, I'd take 99, I'd be satisfied. He said, you would. I want the whole 100. Daoud said, I ain't for losses. The man I work for don't want no losses. He put me here for gain. What he gave me, he let me to come back with that and better. Anything over 50% is good. That's why he don't use you. Them your number. I'll take 75. He said, I know you will. That's why I won't take you. He said, what I give you, that's what I want back. That's too tight for y'all, ain't it? You probably need to serve that other Jesus. The one he ain't worried about exacting. That man about exacting. Hello? He about exacting. Right? I mean, when he told her he was going to be in his Malkuth and he going to sound what he going to do, we asked him, and what were we going to get? That's what the Talmudino asked him. He said, well, all y'all who lost houses and land and wives, he said, you will receive double in the regeneration. And along Kai. That's what Ehud got. He gave him double for your troubles. See, Yahuwah do more, but see, think about it. Really, let's do this. You hardly son, Gavin. You let me get Gavin, and I'll give you Gavin back. That's good. You know what I mean? You got to Gavin back. He said, I don't work like that. I'll give you back that and then some. Because really going to lose that. That okay, why don't you just keep what you got? See, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'll take that. But we really ain't doing nothing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why don't I give you back that and double? Because think about it. Really, that's not a trade. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm getting more back. How about I just keep Gavin? How about you just keep him? What profit I'm going to take Gavin to give you Gavin back? None. Don't make sense. You can just keep him. It's the same. What's the law? What's the gain? No loss, no gain. If she keep Gavin, what's she lost? Oh, yes, she did. I could have gave her back Gavin. You ain't lose nothing. The end of you saying, I'm giving him up to you, to your disposal, to your will. I got to get something back for this. I got to obtain something more than just this. Otherwise, it's not even a good business sense. See, a Christian intellect, how it get us, we think, yeah, let's just do that. We just swapping out. He said, I don't want to do that. That ain't good. Because I'm really asking you to give him up. Just like Maureen, she gave up her son. She gave up her to get back more. To gain more. And that's the mindset we got to have. he knows how we think, we process something. And the devil will play with your mind. He got suggestive thoughts. He suggests with your heart. There's a lot of ways he work with it. He get your desires. He'll work you. He said, so I got to give something that you'll accept, that can override your desire. My desires ain't going nowhere. My wife leave me and we gone, or she does. Say they give me no saltpeter. Give me no saltpeter. Man, you get that stuff somebody else. I need to keep this thing working. Just in case. Isn't that right? I'm trying to work that saltpeter off. I can't do none of that stuff. Drinking no saltpeter every day, but no. Keep me alive and working. Word still got to be alive. Because he don't take nothing. I don't know what for them. He'll take away the desire of women. Boy, you gay. They ain't Alahym. I don't want to ask who. Don't do that. Somebody else want that desire. Lord, if you will, take away the desire of me and woman. No. I don't even talk like that. My neighbor don't talk like that. hey, how they say? What they say? Who then is my neighbor? But now I'm just saying, no. He don't do that. Everything still work, but the word still got to be intact. When Dawood said, the word I hid in my law, he just put it down in a plate to where I'm going to make sure that I don't talk against you. You got to put it somewhere. No, he told you when a man sows seed. You remember he told you about that? Why do you think he told you hid it? He told you when a man sows seed. He said some fell by the wayside. He told them to start coming. He told you birds came and snatched up some of them. So Dawood realized with all these things happening, I got to put it somewhere deep where nobody can't get it, and I can still use it where it can be a defense. See, y'all have put the word somewhere, it ain't a defense no more. It's just somewhere that you got to go back over when all the damage been done. You got to use it. He said, I hid it where it can't be taken away from me, but I also got it where it can be used for a defense. That's a difference. Hiding it where it can't be taken it, but yet still having it where it can be used for a defense. That's where y'all mess up at. I hear some stuff, hell don't know where it's at. I was looking for something, man. Oh, man, I was so pissed. I went and played, pulled out the thing, got to pull this out, look at him. I said, damn key. I said, I had the key in this thing. I said, nope, I took the key out. Because if somebody were to get it, they'll get the key. I said, damn it, I don't know where I put the key. I just put it back. I said, hit the damn thing from it. Don't hide it where you can't use it. See what I'm saying? That's what we do. Show me as a man. That's what you can do. Don't put it somewhere where you can't get it. You got to put it somewhere where you can remember it. It's a card. Mark it and to remember it so you can use it as a defense. Y'all got it? I'm finna this and hit y'all go. I know y'all tired of me. That's two for right there for what we at. I'm gonna let y'all. I said enough of y'all go to sleep enough to realize when I want my welcome out on that, and that's fine. Because they found we tired, we get it going. And I ain't trying to overpress y'all. I want to make sure we get it. I want to be a benefit to us, okay? We human. Those are things that happen with us. Y'all got it? We'll work around things we got to do. Take it much and he'll allow us to absorb for the day. He keep us around. We come back, we can absorb some more. Because our goal is to get to perfection. But the goal in doing that, we got to strip down this is true for us. For us, this is unraveling ourselves. So get out them fake walls of imagination. You're going to hurt, stuff going to piss you off, stuff going to come in your mind, lustful thought, bad thoughts, all kind of stuff come. But you got to be able to have it as a defense to where you can handle it, you can control it where it don't take you outside the will of Alahym. You can't stop the thought from coming in your mind. You work to meditate. That's why I talk about the meditation. The constant meditation is thinking on him, understanding where you are, getting him to know I'm processing. I don't want him just like I allow for him to blot out the kata, sin, my all transgression. I allow for him not to hold anything against me, and I ask him to show me, grant me the ability that I don't have, because I want to be able to move away from it. I don't want to see something and then don't get away from it. And some of us can be guilty of that. We see things that don't get away from it, then we put it on him, and though it's his responsibility to move the thing out of the way. No, it's your responsibility, and I give you the information for you to comply. Just like Yahushua, he withstood Satan enough to eventually Satan went away. But the things are there. Did that mean he didn't have no desire to possess a Malkut? Because that's what he asked him about. He said, I give you all these Malkut. That's what he came down to possess them. That means he won't ever hungry again. I just know how to operate. I know struggles are real and they're actually going to come in. And you needed to know that happening because you ain't going to believe it. He was a man. And he was not Alahym. Wow, that's tight. That's tight. He was a man. He was not Alahym. He possessed, he had the heart. He even told you that Dawood was a, what was Dawood was? What was it? And Dawood was Alahym. He was a man. He was a man. He told you Dawood was going to be as Alahym. You could be as to a same degree in a sense. You got it? But not Alahym. And you need to know about these people falters and fail because you don't want to think, if I just love him enough, then I won't do wrong. You won't do wrong if you understand the process of what puts you in violation. You won't do wrong if you understand how to halak, how to walk. You got it? If you don't understand that, you can have all the love you want, you're going to still go. A lot of folks cheat on their wife, they get busted. You know what they do? They start crying, tell how much they love them. Oh, and you can believe what they did. So stop putting on all if you just love. You got to have an understanding. I'm telling you, you can have emotion for something and still get. You got to have an understanding. What is the will out of him? What does he want? This is where I'm at. Be honest with yourself. Where are you at? In your walk, where are you at? And then you got to be willing to progress. To do that, there are a lot of laws. There's some things you have got to get rid of. There's some things you got to change. You got to come into the existence of things. When you're reading, you look at these things, how do you really process what you're reading, what you see? Stop thinking this is a fairy tale. It actually literally happened. And it happened to him in such a plain enough way that you can understand it. Now, when you start to battle things, you have to look at things in a way of it comes at you in a different way. But it's still, in a sense, the same actions happening. You could be right there in that fiery furnace, and he don't get you out, but he'll still keep you. He can still keep you. I'm telling you, put in a situation, it can get hot, it can get tight. You can get horny as a goat, and still keep you. Just like them boys, they were sitting in that fiery furnace, guess what? And still kept them. He put you in some tight situation and still keep you. Even in that tight situation, when he walked in the donkey, what did he do? He walked in, and that was the keeping, wasn't it? Sometimes he put in a situation, this will keep you. As much as it hurt you, as much as it put you, this will keep you. Some of our situation, we don't realize we so busy fighting, change the situation. I want something different here. I want different things here. I want my life to unfold. I want my life to do. And when it do, you ain't going to be him. Or you could be him, you ain't going to be there. Where he established. That's why I'm careful about things. I try to make sure I get stuff. I want to make sure stuff don't get me. It's too easy. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. It's real easy. He lose people all the time. A lot of people have turned their laws against Yahuwah because of things. Because of people in relationship. There's a lot of stuff. Everybody tell him. You ain't gonna believe it. He don't heard everybody tell him. He don't heard everybody tell him. Oh, I never do. Not me. Oh, as soon as they come, they gone. They come their way, when they come to serving Alahym, he looking for the genuine. And the only way to get you genuine, he got to take you through. He said, just like gold, I got to run it through the fire. He said, I got to try it in the fire. I got to see what it made of. Man, it got so good when I was coming on the 80s, you could pick out fake gold easy. It was stuff, you to get it. I'm about the street, guy comes, man, I just got it, hand the bag, man, listen, man, I'm trying to get some money, man. $150. I got this gold naked, man. I went out here and stole it down here in the mall, man. I'm just trying to get something, bro, man. Here, man, you know what I'm saying? Give me something here real, like, man, gold. Like, damn, all right, let me see it. Yeah, I'm ready to get it. And you pop that hood and pop them caps out that battery. Stick that thing in that acid. Pull out, wipe it off. You're like, man, I give you $100 for it. Man, come on, baby. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Go on, you done came up. Damn thing fake. They start learning. You gonna try to check on that battery acid. They use a different metal. You won't catch it. You'll get your money and you gone. Everybody start getting better. They trick you. They try to get you with stuff because they know what you desire and what you want. And people try you on what you want. That's what Satan do. He'll get you out and he'll make it look like the real thing too. That's why you got to be ever so careful. You got to be ever so careful. Don't be so anxious for everything because there's always somebody here looking to try to trip you and get you out. People ain't standing. Don't like people standing because people standing hurt them. Okay, I can believe you want to. Go and tell your family, yeah, I'm living right now. I don't believe none of that no more. I don't do that. And see, it's at the same family. See how your family really is. Learn how your family really, you really want to see the stank-ass family. Go and tell them folk what you ain't doing no more, what you don't believe in, and tell them folk that stuff wrong. Y'all can't celebrate Christmas wrong. That man lost his damn mind. He said something wrong with Santa Claus. That's Jesus' birthday. That's Jesus' birthday. Boy, you going to hell. You ain't nothing but a heathen. I don't believe in Jesus. Y'all heard him? Y'all hear him? Your ass going to hell. This your grandmama. Grandmama, you can cut your lip. Listen, you can smoke. I'm talking about, you can smoke that pipe right on that porch. Grandma going to defend you. Drunk. Grandma, grandma. Yeah. That's my baby. Y'all not going to do that around here. We ain't doing that. I ain't raised y'all like that, you know. That boy coming on with a suit standing. Tell me he ain't living like that. Shabbat is Yahuwah's day. Get your ass out of here. You're a demon? You're like, Grandma. You're a demon. I'm trying to tell you, man. Folks, listen. Folks saying, me and my family be real close. We got a family thread and everything. I got a thread. We here and I don't. It's searched up. They don't respond. They don't respond. They search stuff up. They have family reunion. You go to folk church. They go to head that long. They're not coming here. They're not coming nowhere around the property. They're not interested. It ain't happening. They're going to go to, I don't care, the preacher bang another man in there in the pulpit. They go in there and they can't judge. They damn sure can judge me, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This ain't nope. Family don't feel the same way. You be thinking, everybody, listen, your mama tell you I hate you. I don't never want to see you again and lose my number. You like, your mama? You like, I ain't raped nobody now? You might as well rape them. You rape somebody, your mama go to court and get on the stand and tell a lie. You mess around and you lock yourself and say, I'm standing with the truth, what's right. Your mama gonna go down there and file a charge and claim you raped somebody and get you locked up. I'm trying to tell you, folks, it ain't the same. People don't realize, because people don't like people that put a strictening on them like that and they put it tight. They ain't got no room like that. They want folks to tell, well, it's all right, it's all right, You say, no, it ain't all right. I don't agree with it. You done. Your family. I remember Justin's grandma, he said it's kind of spirit. Justin on the phone, he told his grandma one time, just telling his grandma, she was talking, he said, no, grandma, he said, that's wrong. And such, and now she grandma, that wrong. She said, what? She said, get the phone. I don't know what he's talking about. He don't do talking. She like, what? She get the phone. She said, I don't know what he's talking about. He done went crazy. They don't want to hear that stuff. They be like, man, what are you talking about? No. People, listen, you find what people at, you start talking about their spirituality. People do stuff because they're comfortable. They don't do it because they're right. So you break things down, you tell people about what's right, what you got to maintain, you got to do. They don't like it. They start looking at stuff. You ran a stop sign. You going to hell. Say, that's good. Just find that verse. Because I make sure I don't do it again. It's in the Bible. You obey the laws of the land and you ain't supposed to run a stop sign. That's in there. I read it one time. There you go. They'll tell lies. These folks be lying about what's in the Bible. This man repeats some stuff, and he said it was in the Bible, man. I said, this stuff is real. And he was so confident. I looked. So that's how they do it. They get the reading, they get the quote stuff. He couldn't have never read about it. It just sounded so good to him. And it was terrible coming out of their mouth when he said it. But in their mind, they just process stuff. They want to be justified. When you really sit down and look at things, and it's concrete and you see exactly go, it changed the whole dynamic how you look at stuff, look at people. And you're right, people just been scamming. Churches, synagogue, mosque, non-denominational, people just scamming. People just scam. People don't want to really know the truth. Truth makes you accountable. When you don't know, it's excusable. I'm trying to tell you. When you don't know, it's excusable. So when you know, they know, now I'm required to do. Even they'll tell you, though, ignorance is no excuse. They'll tell you, well, I ain't know. I'm going to say, oh, well, it's different, They'll tell you, ignorance is no excuse. You should have known. They'll tell you, you should have known. And guess what? These people going to realize, they think they're not going to go to hell or go to Sheol, they call it hell, going to Sheol, because they don't know. Yes, they are. I don't know where they get that from. He said that he that knew Alahym will and did it not. He said he beat it with many stripes. He said he that didn't know and didn't do it, he said beat him with few. You still getting beat. Time to get right. Nobody getting by, nobody getting away with nothing. That's why we got an opportunity to sit down, consider, Make sure we get that right. Be real with yourself where you're at. Is this something you really want to do, or is it a pastime? Sometimes people go play, well, I ain't never been accepted, so I'll be accepted. Go to an AA meeting. Don't go just join a work you ain't never been accepted for. Go, if you looking at for something for your soul, you want somebody to tell you the truth. You need the truth. How many of y'all lived a lie a long time? I lived mine up because I lived a lie a long time. If you finally can strip yourself and get out from living a lie, you're like, man, you bound. You look like you say, I wasted a lot of time. Telling people, trying to please people, trying to do stuff you didn't want to do. I don't have to do that anymore. No, I ain't doing it. I don't want to do it. End of story. I don't want to do it. At the end of the day, I got to be truthful with myself. I got to be good with me. You got to be good with yourself. Y'all got it? And you got to be good with this information. It got to make sense. It got to process. How you going to do something you don't know? How? I'm just wondering, how that going to work? Because the Lord going to come in, he's just going to tell me that, so he want to do it for everybody then. What make you think you get that little hot seat, he come lay on side your bed and start telling everybody else left out? Stop it. The book said they all should be taught of Alahym. That's the purpose of coming, so we can learn, man, what does he require? What is this man desire for us? What is this man's will? What does it take to obtain eternal life? That's what I want to know. That's what we're working on. That's what I want you to know. I want you to be comfortable about it. I want you to be good about it. I want you to understand it. I want you to be able to process it so you can stand on it. You got to live by it. Even the tourist said, a man that does these things, he's going to live by it. That's what you got to do. You can't live by it, don't do it. He come along and say, everybody going to be saved, has to fly around the room. I'm out to leave. I can't fly. I want to tell myself, see, he talking about flying, imagining. That's not what it said. I know what flying around the room is. I'm not trying to go here and make up nothing. That ain't for me then. I ain't going to say, I'm going to stand away until I learn how to fly. I can't fly. He hadn't put it there. We put it where it's obtainable. Every man, and it's the thing, every race, creed, and color. Even though our argument is that the original people, the whole planet was, quote unquote, dark hued, black, Negro, Sub-Saharan, Nubian, whatever you want to call it. Everybody got a different name for it. At the end of the day, everybody here, so where did everybody else come from? Everybody stem from each other. Black people come from, what's that continent? Africa. So where white people come from? Same place. But we say Europe. That's not the original start. Man started in one place. Man flushed out everywhere. Everybody has a connection. That's why it makes sense for him to save everybody. Everybody got to have an opportunity. Think about it. So let me get this straight. That's just you white. You shouldn't be saved. You are nobody. I'm just you that, not just you, anybody. Because you are. What part did you play in you being white?
I used to take toothpaste and rub it off.
I'm going to take toothpaste and rub it off. Besides that, what brand? I know I'm going to use me some. I got a job I'm trying to get. But you see what I'm saying? So you think about this. And let's go with, and then we say this. Alahym is just. Alahym is fair. Alahym is no respect to person. Okay? Is it fair that if you're born of another hue that you don't get in and you had no part in it? None. Let's just be practical. Don't say, well, I don't want to. Why would you think that you have a better sense of understanding about what fair is than he does? Why do you think the opportunity for salvation was open to everybody? Even Abraham, his son, he done told us, one, he kept one. When I'm telling you cold about her, Asu, I hate it. But I'm trying to deal with when Ishmael and Yasakat, who they called Isaac, when they were here, he had other sons. He sent all those other sons away. And is that fair? I had a control of me not being born from Sarah. I had nothing in there. I had no dog in that fight. And now I can't get nothing. But through Yasakat, he was going to come back and he was going to redeem them. Because guess what? You had nothing in that. This is a fault that has nothing to do with you. I chose one, but through him, I told him, all your descendants are going to get the Baraka through him. So although they were put away, I'm going to come back and regain them through him. So they weren't cast away that he was going to get rid of them forever. Come on, man. Why would I? Anybody, this makes sense. If we're going to go with, like we say, people of color, without argument, hands down, the man had color. The region, his skin, his hair tech. Let's go with that. So when some of the people went off and they went into Europe and got lighter, okay? So now they got seed. So you tell me all these seed that should never be able to get in? Because their skin changed on his account in the region and not because they changed it? People ain't even practical. They're not practical. It made sense that he's going to come back and redeem everybody and graft them in. The only way you will not be saved is because of you and your decision making. You will not use your color on this man.
That's right.
Nobody gonna be able to use that. We in America. They call this the West. How you gonna think you get it? Because he had to make up for a bad aspect. That's what redeeming is. Abraham sent all his benin where, Boston? He sent them to the east. He sent them to Kadim, where the sun rises at. I put them where they can be there, they can see it. You in the West. So that means I shouldn't be able to get it because I'm in the West? No, this is no control of mine. This is not something I've done. I'm a recipient of things that happen. He said, guess what? And I'm going to redeem you. Did you make yourself white, Justin? I'm going to redeem you. Everybody, did you make yourself half black, half Japanese? I'm going to redeem you. That's what redeem. That's why we look at, behold, what manner of heart the Abba bestowed upon us that we should be called the men of Alahym. You ain't even in the right place. And none of this is your control. That's why he sent redemption to us. You need to be redeemed. 400-something years. That what they fought. They was in Mizraim. The first people went in, they were captive. They went in willingly. Stayed too long, now they see were captive. Get what he told me he came to do? Redeem them from the best of bondage. Your fathers came and sat in Mizraim, and they began to be evenly entreated. And they gave you taskmasters, and you were in bondage. Now, should you still stay in this condition? No, I came to redeem you. That's what he let her know. I'm your redeemer. I'm going to make up for this situation. He said, I don't want you to fault this on me and thought you were cast away. Everybody got an opportunity to get this. You'd be a fool to think somebody can't get it but you. You a crossbreed. Nobody had no control of their birth. Trying to get this thing right. That's what I appreciate. If somebody want to believe nobody can't be saved with black people, that's what you going and you burn with. It's retarded. You can't control this. Nobody can control their birth. All I can do is control what I do once I'm born. That's on me. Stealing cars ain't on my fathers. That's on me. Selling dope ain't on my mother and my father. That's on me. Now, I got to repent for what I've done. I got to confess what I've done. And Alahym he's just that he'll forgive me. And he said, and I will redeem you. Know what you're doing. Make sense? I appreciate you. That's two.